This episode, Andy spoke for the people. He's for the people, by the people. Nia for president. And we did it, Joe. We finished the valley. And Mark's still here.
Well, I had help.
You did have a lot of help.
Mark brought and stayed by Meteor Wine.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Mark brought to you by. Oh, I should have one of those. This Mark guy brought to you by Meteor Vineyards.
Welcome to Showmance, guys, the only show on the internet doing deep dives on shows with no depth.
Dives as deep as Janet's plunging booby dress neckline that, God willing, I will never have to look at again. It's hard to make 3 thumbnails from the same outfits.
I don't know if I can say this, but you're going to call those boobies?
One of them is kind of like a flying saucer. I'm not even joking.
Don't put that in, but like for real. What?
I'm keeping my flying saucer joke, so because I had that in my notes. you just set me up for that.
Okay, great. No, I'm getting canceled. Listen, I like all kinds of boobies. I thought.
Oh, God. I think she has fine.
No, if you're an asshole, then you have asshole boobies.
Well,
we don't make the rules.
are we top of the pops again? Or are we just getting
Yeah,
right
why
in?
not?
Okay, great. Because it starts with Janet. Because we're.
Of course it does. The whole fucking season started, wrapped up, middled, ended, and all around Janet.
Yeah, Janet bread, Janet condiments, Janet meat. Just a
Yeah.
Janet sandwich. We're wrapping up the whole Danny conversation. If they're, the assault, whatever. Like, and I'm rolling my eyes because we have we've talked about it. Now we've beaten a dead horse in a way that a horse has never been beaten.
She got out a bunch of words. This groping, battery, assault, molesting.
I did love that Jason had to correct her. That she was like, "What's the definition?" And he's like, "Not really." But the problem with this season has all come very clear to me, and Johnny said it. He said that we don't want a 3-part reunion. Like, what the F? We don't need a 3-part reunion. That's completely unnecessary. 100% right. But now, like, the problem with a season that had no storylines to begin with and then just pounded those storylines over and over and over and over for 15 episodes or 14 episodes, whatever it was, is like, what's the reunion for? Like, we already talked about it. We rehashed it. We apologized. We brought it up again. We rehashed it again. We drug that out for 2 episodes. We apologized the second time and a third time and the fourth. Like, isn't the reunion to be like, oh, remember that thing you said at the beach party? And, oh, we've never resolved that. No, we resolved it 17 times this episode or this season. So that, like, what are we doing here? Why are we doing a reunion?
Because it's in the contract.
Yeah,
It's on the
but
call
a
sheet.
3-part, like a 3-parter.
I was happy though, at least that they did save like some really good bits for the last one.
Yeah.
Like normally you do get to the 3rd one and you're like, is there anything left here?
Yeah.
Like, and listen, I'll never turn down content. Like, bring it all to me. It is a
Same.
little bit of a bummer having to, really deep dive an unnecessary 1 or 2 or 3 part, like whichever one.
Spent a whole season deep diving already.
Right, which was already like, it's like, I will never get off this. Because I'm still on my Vanderpump watch. Like, it is the greatest show that ever existed. Like, I'm not even kidding. And those reunions, oh my God. Like, brawls, like just brawl, like people getting up out of their seats to like go and punch James or punch Jax
But no one ever did.
Well, they tried.
It's like those dumb TikToks I always get, not TikTok, but like Instagram, like they're like, oh, brawl at the thing. I'm like, sweet, I like seeing that. And then you watch for a minute and nothing happened. It's just 2 idiots being like, what are we gonna, and then it's over.
No, I know.
Like,
I hate those two.
Nobody punched anybody?
Dude, there's nothing worse than watching, getting through like a 5-minute or 3-minute even, whatever, like a TikTok of like squatters' rights. And then like they still can't get the guy out. Yeah. And it's like the cops are there and they're going back and forth and they're being like, oh, my paper's right here. And it's like, cool. You printed those somewhere, I don't know. Like, yeah, no, there's nothing worse than that. But they really, the reunions, they could have always added another one. I'm just saying this because I'm comparing it now. Like that, I had watched that show so long ago, season 6 so long ago, season 1, whatever, that they all feel new to me. And I'm watching them now and thinking about 3 Southern Charm reunions and Summer House reunions that are nothing and nothing. I don't just encourage, I challenge you all to take a weekend and just watch the first 2 seasons, if nothing else. Like, and remember what good TV is, because we have been watching some shit ass television all year, and I didn't even realize it. I mean, I did, but I didn't realize, like, no, but you guys did do this.
Yes. It's like you've been stuck in a loveless marriage, and all of a sudden you met like ran into like the one that got away, and you're just like, let's bone in the bathroom.
Yeah,
like, right. That's what I've been missing.
Yeah.
Okay, bro.
Hey, Minnie, you calm down. I'm telling you, you gotta rewatch some Atlanta. Because didn't you watch like some of the first seasons of Atlanta?
Only the first season, and then it's just like so much.
No, you don't have to catch up on it. You don't have to watch all 15 or whatever 13 seasons. Just watch like, I don't know, 1 through 7.
Oh, I'll take a weekend
because they have that. Their seasons are incredible. Their reunions are incredible. I also think I love New York, Jersey, Atlanta. Like I'm just a housewife sycophant.
Yeah.
But I hear what you're saying, because the problem with this reunion was the problem with this season, which is the problem with this show currently. It's just rinse and repeat.
Yeah.
And there was some point in the episode where everybody in the episode screamed like, because Janet, he's apologized 40 times. You keep bringing it up. Let it go, ho. It's so annoying. Even in the top of like this first segment. Oh, Jesus Christ, Janet, you keep bringing up all of these things. He's still groping people, molesting people, assaulting people, all this shit. And you don't have any proof. Everyone that you said, well, Britney said it, and Britney was like, I just said, like, you got really drunk and like you were talking to me differently. And he's like, did I touch you? Did I say anything inappropriate? And
she's like, of course not. No, of course not.
Right. So Britney, either fucking grab your BUBs and man up and say, like, I felt uncomfortable. It's his baby.
It's like my emotional support puppy.
When you're talking about Janet and her sexual assault claims.
Because I gotta save it for your mom, I guess. Whatever. Gina better get her ass here quick.
Yeah, Gina, you really need to
serious.
Put some pep in that step if you want to drink some of this wine.
I'm not saving it for long.
Take it from BUB.
Take it from BUBs. My point is, like, just Annie up and say, you said inappropriate things, or you made me really uncomfortable. But he didn't.
No.
Or else you would have said it.
Yeah.
Or maybe you're lying because you don't want to be truthful. But then, like, I don't know what to tell you. Because also when there was that other example, when Janet was at some yoga event, I don't know, she was in athleisure wear, I'm assuming it was a yoga event, and she was saying they were at, Jason and Danny were at some fan event, and Danny was touching girls inappropriately there and making them uncomfortable, and Jason's like, you got a wife and kids, don't do this, man, you don't want to ruin your family. And apparently the eyewitnesses to this happening were Britney and Jason, and both of them in that episode when she brought it up were like, never saw it.
Yeah.
I have no idea. No, I heard it from a guy who heard it from a guy. It's literally fucking Ferris Bueller's Day Off. My aunt's brother's sister's cousin's uncle's best friend saw Ferris pass out at 31 Flavors last night, so I guess it must be pretty serious.
The problem with this, there was 2 times in this episode where I almost felt bad for Jen. I didn't feel bad for Janet. I almost felt bad for her. And then the second time was like, I didn't feel bad for her, but I was like, oof, this is a bummer. And it was kind of, this one was like having 5 times in this one 48-minute episode. But it was like, obviously this is behavior that we've been trying to get rid of for a while. It's behavior that was so often swept under the rug and just like, oh boys will be boys, like for so long, right? Not good. Trying to get rid of it. Yes, keep it going. But then when you have I'm like, ugh, but then there's Janet. Like when am I believing her? Like, cause I know I had my moment halfway through the season where I was like, well, hold on, let's not just fucking exalt Danny and put him on high because he goes to church and he's married to Nina. Like, maybe there is something wrong. I didn't know he was sneaking off, pounding 3 drinks at the bar and coming back with 1 and being like, hey, like, that's a little sketch, a little suspect maybe. So like, I know I've had a reservations about him. I know that he comes from a time in Hollywood that, like I said, we are trying to get rid of. Yeah. And I'm not saying anything about Danny. I don't know shit for shit. But I found myself feeling conflicted about this whole situation because I was like, well, Janet, I don't believe you. I just don't believe you as a person. But then you're also saying this thing that I'm supposed to believe, like A, because we're supposed to believe women, B, because you're not supposed to lie about shit like this, right? And C, like because I don't know.
There's a third one?
No, yeah, maybe not.
Jesus Christ.
Right, totally. But I'm having a hard time. I'm just like, I'm conflicted because I'm having a hard time buying it. And then I'm also like, what if he's a creeper?
With people who act this way, the gropers, the sexually aggressive, verbally inappropriate kind of people, right? I don't think that they've been as forthright as Danny has been.
Never.
Where it's
not
like,
even.
I have apologized. I will continue to apologize. Jasmine can feel however she wants to feel about this and speak about it however, because she's the one who I offended, her and her fiance. They can talk about it till the cows come home. And I am genuinely sorry. And I'm looking at my relationship with alcohol, and I haven't drank around you guys. And like, you don't do all of that, I think.
Yeah.
If you are someone who has a problem, you either do the double down, like the Jaxes of the world, right? So just indignant and like will not cop to the fact that like you behaved really badly. It's why I can't side with Janet.
Yeah. I don't think, even if I was like on the fence, on the side of the fence that's like, I'm going with creeper. I don't think he's like it's gonna sound weird, like a creep, like a, like
like a lech, like a real,
like a fucking
can't
gnarly
leave around
dude.
your young daughter.
Yeah, he's like, and this isn't right, like this isn't good either. But I'm not gonna say his name, and rest in peace, I guess. Like I used to work for a guy, very very famous, and he was just like a little old guy, and he would go do a little grab ass around the office and kind of do his little thing, and he was like the cute old guy. Like, again, different time, not appropriate behavior. But like back then it was, everyone giggled about it. And nowadays you're like, whoa, shit, that was kind of gnarly. Like, he probably shouldn't have done anything that he was doing.
Is this the same guy that had a coffee cup that he would always throw?
No, he wasn't. That guy was just throw coffee cups at you.
Hollywood.
Yeah, totally.
What a good time.
Yeah, with hot coffee in them.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I never got one. I heard them a lot though.
I also think to that point, Mike, like there's levels of inappropriateness, right? And I'm not saying that you excuse any of it. We didn't excuse Danny groping Jasmine's fiance and saying inappropriate stuff. Nobody excused, including his wife. Nobody excused the behavior. So it's just like, what are we doing if we're not? This is my just overarching note with Janet from not just these 3 episodes, but the entire season. Like, girl, you best be fucking on your best behavior and never slip up once, not one measly millimeter, not one time, because your glass house is going to be shattered.
You know what would be funny?
Because you just don't get to act this way, and people aren't going to come for you if you just do something wrong. It's why so many people are irritated with you now, because it's just like, oh, what? Because you're perfect? Because you've never done one thing wrong? You have to give people a little bit of leeway, and you got to fucking leave room for people to grow.
Hogwash. You know what would be funny is I have a note later about what I think about season 3. But if if let's say she comes back, they come back and we find out she did a horrible thing. If everyone on the cast is like, whatever, man, we all do some dumb shit. Like if nobody fucks with her, I think that would fuck with her more than everybody being like,
I don't think so.
Now it's our turn to rail on you. Because then she's victim. Like if you're railing on her, she just gets to play the victim card again, like she did at the end of season 1, which is her wet dream. But if you were like, yeah, whatever, dude, and she was like, wait, I'm not getting any attention off the hold on, she would lose her fucking mind.
I would love that. I just don't think I don't know if she would play it the way you want her to.
Yeah, well.
But I would love her to.
I also think if those two come back after this 3rd episode,
they're going to, don't you think?
It would be the most, like, you'll never be able to defend your Fanet fucking nickname ever if you come back after this. Like, listen, I don't think we needed 3 episodes, but this 3rd episode was psychotic. And the amount of, like, this 3rd episode was like, I don't even think they planned on 3 episodes. I think they had 2 episodes and they were like, dude, we have 48 minutes of these people just blasting Janet.
And Jax.
And more so Janet and Jason.
I mean, but like
a little bit
laughing,
Jax.
uproars of laughter.
Okay,
and
with the,
like,
oh my God,
friend
that was crazy.
So
both
like,
of those
like
two got just like they like that.
annihilated.
Yes, that 3rd episode I believe was a gift from the little baby Jesus because like I didn't care. Do you remember the whole first episode?
Did you know? That's what I wanted.
Yeah.
All 8 pounds 6 ounces of you knew. Jeez.
It's the Perseid meteor shower. They brought us gifts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you remember the first one, where we had a 3-hour we had to split it up into 2 things, but one of them was just called "This War Is a Bore" because it was like all Michelle and Jesse and just like talking about this marriage like anyone gives a flying shit, like anyone can believe a word that comes out of Jesse's mouth anymore, and like it's not even smart anymore. It used to just be like thinkers, like, oh no, he's not wrong about that. Now I don't know what happened. I don't know if he's hungover or just like phoned it in or like forgot to watch the episodes
There's a
that were
reservation
sent
at
to him.
Chateau that he wants to get to.
Like it really feels like like he threw like remember when we used to make fun of him because we heard about how he like had like binders, like he was like writing out his character and like writing like we were making fun of that. And now what did Hillary Clinton say? I've been preparing for this job my whole life. Like, and we're like, no, it's a good thing to prepare for a job, you know, like get those binders out, buddy. Like,
no, he got senioritis. He's like,
no, he
whatever. I already
totally
have a 90 GPA or whatever, like a 4.0. I could just phone this in.
Yeah.
No, you can't. Because he even did it at the end of the episode where something had happened and Michelle needed like her mom to watch the kid, and Jesse had like put his foot down and she was like, and he wouldn't let me do this, that, and the other. And he's like, oh yeah, that actually was my fault because I didn't understand where the mom lived and whatever. And it's like, right now you're done fighting.
Yeah.
Like you're done carrying your BS storyline forward.
I think that go ahead.
Well, whatever. I could be just getting fooled by these dumbs. Because somebody made a good comment about Jax, and they're like, there's actually 2 separate comments. One was, keep in mind that narcissistic behavior doesn't just affect relationships. It's like friendships, like romantic relationships, which I was like, oh, fuck. I think we always kind of, well, at least I always kind of just thought about like, oh, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. Yeah. It affects actual, just regular friendships and whatnot. And then somebody else was like, don't think that Jax didn't also fool Bravo and the people at Bravo and the producers. Like, he's fooled everybody else. He's a narcissist. Like, he could have fooled them as well.
But you can't, I don't think that there's any fooling Bravo. Like I said, if you go back and watch season 1, you will see a different Jax. You will see a different side of him. You will notice the things that he's doing because you now already know. But like, if that was a standalone season, a lot of people were listening to him. Like, I will never like get over the fact that Katie Maloney was on his side. Like, she does not take any shit. She doesn't take shit that's not even shit. Like, she's a handful, man. Like, I like her now. I know you're not a fan, but like, there were many years of Katie, and I get it. Maybe Tom made her do it. I don't know, but like, fucking no, man. But like, she had a lot of gripes year after year.
I
after
do
year.
remember that.
Yeah.
I haven't rewatched it recently, but I remember the last time I rewatched it, I was like, oh, yeah, she's
a lot.
Salty.
Yeah.
Very, very, very salty.
Yes.
And again, we don't know what the extenuating circumstances are or whatever, but like,
maybe
she did
needs
fall
some
through.
Meteor Vineyards Cabernet Sauvignon.
Exactly, Katie. It'll solve all your probs. But remember, she had that gnarly accident where she fell through the skylight.
Yeah, yeah. Which we don't find out until later. Like, it doesn't. They don't tell us about that until I think several seasons in. And so it is kind of funny. Like, why didn't you start off with that to like tell us where she came from? But whatever.
Crazy.
But
Apparently Chase fell off some scaffolding, my boss, like 2 years before I got to AGT, and straight up everyone thought he was dead. Like he conked himself out, and like everyone tells this
everyone
story.
thought he was dead.
Like legit dead. Like the way
my
he
God.
fell, like he apparently fell on his like head and knocked himself out, but Chase used to be like mega buff.
Oh my God.
And like and everyone was like, "Oh my God, Chase is dead. Chase is like legit thought he was dead."
That is
That's
the worst thing
crazy?
ever.
Yeah.
Was he married yet?
No.
Okay, wait. Why did I even start that?
I was saying they had probably planned for 2 episodes, and then they were like, we got 48 minutes of everyone just unloading on these 3 people.
Yeah.
And they did get Jax a little bit, but like Jax got his in the first 2 episodes. Like this was like from jump, like they just kept going back and back and back until the end, when I was like, if you guys come back for season 3, fine, you probably will. It will be the cringiest fucking thing that's ever been done in the history of planet Earth. And you will never, ever be able to defend Fanet status, in my opinion, ever. Because you got lit up this season. You started all kinds of bullshit. There's not a single person who doesn't believe that. And this 3rd episode, everyone turned on you. Everyone turned on both of you and laughed in your face. And
Andy teed everyone up.
Yeah, dude. Like
he was jumping in.
Oh,
it was
so good.
disgusting.
Like,
but that was when I was like,
my God.
I almost feel bad for her and Tiger. I don't, but I was almost like, had it gone another 15 minutes, I would have been like, okay, come on. This is just fucking mean now. And I get it. She deserves it, as does Jax. But
my favorite line of the entire reunion was in this episode. It was when Jason goes, "You're a clown, bro."
I saw that on Jason's face, that he said that because he had nothing else to say.
Yeah.
And my favorite line of Jason's the whole episode was at the end when Andy's like, how's everyone doing? Does everyone feel like wrapped up, or any resolve, or like whatever his question was? And Jason had to say, I wish this had gone differently. And right then I just knew, like, I knew the whole time, obviously, because like this dude is an attorney, so I'm sure he practices, and I don't even mean like practice, because he's not a fucking litigator. It's not like he's on the stand, like, he's probably
That was funny when Kristen's like, "You do personal injury, or like
workers' comp. Yeah, you do workers'
He's
comp.
like, I still went to law school, which of course he did. He is a lawyer, but they were treating him like, this was.
Well, listen, my stepmom is a district attorney, and I always will ask her questions, and she goes, I hate to break it to you, but like, I do this. I go after rapists and child neglect and social services, welfare kind of.
she'll be going after
she's
Jax
like,
one day.
She's like, give me a contract. No idea. Like that's a different language to me. Like, it's just, they're all like that 20 years that she's practiced has all been very specific. And so I think that they kind of forget everything that they're not putting into, like, as if anybody would. Like, you go to college, you take 1 million classes, and then like probably most of it, who remembers any of it? But unless you have like a specific whatever, it doesn't matter. But you know what I'm saying? So I don't think that he really knows much about anything, but I do know that he probably has to write up all the bullshit, like just like every angle of an argument and how to get out of something and why this makes this not true and whatever. And I feel like he really tried to do that and have that kind of an argument against Danny, and like none of it worked.
It all failed. Both of them failed.
Yeah.
And it all came crumbling down.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't. You'd be bad and we'd all laugh at you. But you could, up until before that episode, maybe maybe build an argument for Jason and Janet, right?
Yeah.
For all season, you could. It might not be good. If you were a great attorney, you probably could, or a great arguer or debate, like maybe. After that episode, there's nobody. There's no one on your team. You're fucking beat. Like, it all got exposed.
Yeah.
Every one of your bullshit stories got exposed. You're doubling down now. It's getting exposed, like live in front. Like, you're both looking at each other like, oh, we're sinking. We don't have a big enough bucket to get this, like this. Oh, we fucked ourselves. All I'm thinking is like, oh, and then you guys went out of town, like probably close to after you filmed this. And like, it's all ringing, like it's all hitting for me. And that's when I was like, I can't, if you guys come back, the cringiest thing I've ever seen in my life. And I will never believe a word you said that when you say, I didn't want to be on TV. No, this is a master plan. And let's give them a hand for that. Like they succeeded. A for effort and an A for everything. They got on a show. They got what they wanted, right?
Yeah.
So good job. They fucking did it.
Well, the next segment that we
I just have to say something though, only because because I just have to like stand like after you can stand against everything that you said. However,
you hold on to your meteor, baby.
Hi, friend.
Just you feeling any which way about Janet that's bad. Like, I just look at this woman like you went out of your way to ruin lives and to cause rifts between friendships of several year friendships and to childhood friendships to get between Zach and Britney. And like
marriage. A man that has 3 under 3 or 4 under 22. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But like,
you went after this couple that has been, I am not saying that these two are perfect. I am not saying, and like, I don't know what church they go to. I don't care. All I know is that like there is some decency that was displayed from this married couple that I have not seen in any relationship across Bravo. And I don't know when. I don't know the last time I saw two people getting up every morning with a goal in mind, love one another, respect one another, build and thrive and support and like all the things
and walk the walk when they're being with other people, like when they're communicating with other people. It's not just in their own little bubble. Sorry, I just also
totally. Like, I'm not saying that this, like, there's been some chatter about like, oh, they go to some cult church or whatever. Well, all the churches are cults in some fashion, you know? And like, this comes from a churchgoer my whole life, you know? So like, but like, I know what's going on here.
I'm with you.
I'm just doing my due diligence for the next life, hoping it shakes out right.
You're just a gambler.
I talk to people on the other side. You don't need to do it. You're fine. Good. Just be a good person.
All those things. But the way, like again, I'm Team Danny and Nia. I like them. But there's always gonna probably be a little, and maybe I'm more like I said it in either the last episode or one of the last 2 episodes was like, all the people take out Danny and Nia. Everybody else, they've never met anyone like Danny and Nia. None of their friends are like that. They're all degenerates. Yeah. All their friends are degenerates. They grew up with degenerates. And so, like, if you're not a degenerate, then you got a problem. What's your problem? What's wrong with you, right?
Yeah.
So now they meet some churchies who like are normal and like their problems are minor, and now they're gonna like just dissect them because that's not real. You guys are faking it. Surely there's something wrong. The way that Nia will not let Danny talk bothers me. And it's been 2 seasons, basically.
It can totally bother you, but it is so real that wives have to step in all the time and be like, don't listen to him. This is what he's trying to say because we've talked about it 27 ways since Sunday.
Just think what would have happened if Natalie stepped in when you stepped out of the episode. And she was just like,
we wouldn't have wine. That's what the fuck would happen. So I knew what I was doing.
No, but I know what you're saying. And she's not cutting him down. And even like when they flash back to that Zen party or whatever, Danny was rightfully so, calling some people some names. He had it up to, his eyeballs with all this nonsense. And she goes, listen, We're not going to name call. We're not going to say any of that stuff.
Yeah.
They don't need to be speaking this way. Like she just, honestly, when they go low, we go high. She really does. I don't.
Yeah. Listen,
Yeah.
I'm not.
She does go high.
Let me clarify. I'm not concerned that I'm not concerned with her. I'm not concerned that she's about what she's doing. I'm concerned why she's doing it, right? Everyone's fucking drilling Danny, and she's the one being like, don't drink so much. Don't say those words on camera. Danny just, defend. So it's like, who knows Danny better than Danny? Nia. Why is Nia always stepping in, always defending, always being the voice and never letting Danny talk, always telling,
Because that's a good partner.
Okay.
That's why you get a partner to be that. Like, imagine if you went everywhere, all of like your toughest job assignments, all of like your times you had to speak in front of people, all the time you had to meet someone that like might get you somewhere next. Like to have that partner next to you that like knows where your weaknesses are, knows how you kind of trail off sometimes and start getting into the weeds of things you don't really need to go into all of that or whatever. Like that's what I hope that ChatGPT will be just like an earpiece for me one day that is just like, no, back it up, wrap it up, back it up. You know? And that's like, she's his own little robot that like,
she's AI.
ChatGPT is going to be like a little Cyrano de Bergerac for everyone.
Oh, I hope
just
not.
sitting in there telling you what to say.
Dude, I'm like, we watch that show on HBO, which everyone should. It's excellent. I can't remember what it's called though. Do you remember it was like every year it was like another 10 years every episode would be like 10 years later and it would just show like all of the futuristic shit. Like at a certain point, like the teenagers' eyeballs were literally like
Is that
robot
where she went
eyeballs.
on the cruise to get the microchip or something and it fucked her up?
I don't know.
Anyways,
I shouldn't. I will remember it by the time, so I'll say it because it's excellent.
Wait, why wouldn't you want someone Cyrano de Bergerac-ing you all day long?
Because I want their own original thoughts and feelings. I don't want
It will be. The AI will learn who they are.
Okay, back in the valley.
I just meant that like someone that knows you to say like, you know, just like I said, like for her to just be able to be like, there's a camera right there. Like I need that. You know, I would need that if I were on this show. And he's the one that's being attacked, and so he might not. God, sorry, there's a cat hair like somewhere somehow like in my nose.
Is so annoying.
It's like gone out my nose and through my mouth. And like I can maybe the back of my throat. Like it's it's so
It
that
happened.
I can't even remember what we can move on from this. I just fuck you, Janet, and you shouldn't come back. I'm not playing around. Like these two,
I don't think they should come back either.
I don't think they should come back.
I
really
think
don't.
that like they should, like Danny and Nia should pull the card that old Jesse's girlfriend did with the cease and desist. Like they need to like shut the fuck up. You don't know dick all, and it's enough already.
Yeah.
Have a nice long hiatus. Go to where do you go? Where do people go? Like a commune or like
an ashram?
like a no phones, no
like an
you're,
ashram.
You're literally just
meditation
sitting with your
resort.
thoughts for however long. Like you need a massive reset. And I personally hope to God that you don't come back. And if you do, then I hope that you just shut the fuck up the whole time, because I can't look at your stupid face anymore and hear your stupid lies about people that like just don't need you. Like nobody needs you.
They won't even play villain, like, cause no one will even buy it anymore. Like if
Oh,
they
yeah.
come back next year and they're like, oh no, we're gonna do the same thing with different storylines and be the villain. Like no, we'll all be like, this
No,
isn't
but then
real.
we might
This
get a
isn't
real
true.
season out of them in the sense of they've showed their ass. They've played every card in their hand, and now we know what's going on. So when everyone's calling them on their shit, we might get more genuine. And I don't mean genuine in a good or bad way. I just mean like, oh, you can't keep playing the same fucking song. We've heard it. We know this is your shtick. We know this is your thing. There was just something I wanted to talk about really quickly that you had brought up when you said the Nia shit, that she's always cutting him off or helping him form his thought, whatever. We've seen partners do this before on reality TV, but it's normally with like a nasty tone to it. It's argumentative. They're like, remember last season when they were at that dinner that Michelle and Jesse were hosting, and someone was saying something to Michelle about like the cheating stuff, and Michelle wanted to say something, and Jesse slammed like she was talking and he like put his hand up and like slammed the table. Nia doesn't communicate like that. She's always doing it from a very like kind, I got your back kind of place. Like, listen, we don't need to do this right now. And she's always like, she's not just like, you're an asshole. Why are you starting this? She's like, listen, we don't need to do this. I'm calling the Uber. We're going to go home. And she's not cutting him down.
Yeah.
Which I feel like we've seen partners
That's such a
before
good fucking point.
cut the other person down, being like, get in the car.
Yes.
We're not doing this here.
Yeah.
And she's never.
Danny, now.
No,
chop to it.
I'm,
you know, like.
Yeah. I'm not even referring to those moments. I'm referring to the moments in a party setting or a reunion where somebody is going at Danny for whatever reason, asking him questions, wanting answers, wanting an explanation, saying you did that, you're a groper, you're a whatever, right or wrong. And Danny gets 3 words out, and then here comes Nia. That it's not because that, it's because, and you're saying what you're doing is lying, and that's not what happened. And he's apologized for it, and Danny's just like, I just would like Danny to defend himself.
I just also wonder.
No
if
one
Danny's
asked Nia these questions. They're asking Danny for an explanation.
explanation.
Thank you, explanation. And I just like it. It's popped into my head so many times where I'm like, Nia, just stop, just let him talk. Let him talk.
Food
And
for thought.
if she's not, to me, it's giving. Well, maybe he's going to put his foot in his mouth, and maybe he has before, and maybe he's somebody that, you know, like it just, that's when my like,
foot in his mouth,
it real kind of
maybe
thing?
not in a like horrendous way, just in a way of like, if you and I were out somewhere, okay, and we got into something with another person and you were struggling to like explain what your point was.
Yeah,
That's what this whole show is.
Yeah.
That's why I appreciate Nia so much. I appreciate you so much.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need a partner that just
Yes.
like knows what you're trying to say, knows who you are, knows your heart, knows all the things, and has known you for a million years, and is like, I think what she's trying to say.
I would
that
step in every fucking time, just being like, hold on. This is what she means. This is where you fucked up, and we're not going to take it, okay?
Yeah. And Courtney has a flight to catch.
Yeah,
so, like,
exactly. By the way,
she's doing it half out of love and half out of like, I gotta go. I can't sit here and watch you bury yourself all night.
and also she's right and you're wrong. So let's just fucking move on. By the way, wait, can we move to the next segmento? Because we're still only on the first segment.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. The next
Supposed to be a quick episode.
Yeah, and we're 40 minutes in. So LOL. So the next segment is when Andy goes, you know, I was so surprised to see you guys getting these ring tattoos because this issue is dead and buried. So to bring it up again by doing this, it didn't make sense to me. And then Janet comes in with literally the world's thinnest argument. It's like prosciutto. It's so thin. She's just like, no, this was like us just making fun of ourselves. And also I always wanted, you know, to get a ring tattoo. And Jason's never had a tattoo. And I thought he should get one. Like none of the math didn't math. None of this shit added up to make a fucking rational defense as to why you did this. I love that in this segment, Zach called them out for saying like, yeah, you did this for a storyline. That's why you did this.
Yeah.
Because it's the fucking truth.
Them calling them out on that and just saying, like, reminding all of us that literally, if you look back, she had no storyline of her own the entire season, except in episode 1 when her and Kristen actually like get in an argument and like are, you know, talking it out at the fucking party while we're negating seeing what's really going on. We're watching these two argue. If that's even a storyline that you're arguing with Kristen, there was nothing else besides her getting into everyone else's business and having something to say about everyone else. So when Zach said, it feels like you guys went home after that and went like, oh, I guess this is our storyline. It just sort of dawned on you.
Yeah.
Wow. If you ask yourself the question, what else have we had this year? That is the only thing that's been brought to your doorstep.
Yeah.
And so all of that, like now, like you can't even argue that there's anything else to it. Like you would never go get those ring tattoos. Like never in a fucking billion years would that come to you until you realize it's the end of the season. Cause I feel like they did that in the last like couple episodes.
They did.
And it was just like a Hail Mary. And
Well, my least favorite line of the episode was from this segment when they were saying, because I think Kristen said something like, also, let me explain something to you. The fans don't care about you enough to like go with you on this ride of the ring and is he cheating and to have you keep rehashing it. And I guess like it got a big laugh and Janet leans over to Jason. She goes, oh, of course the ass grabber is laughing. It was classic pearl clutcher Janet saying this. And it's just like, this is why no one believes you were saying this from a good place.
No.
That you're bringing up that you think that possibly Danny has an issue with anything, being physically inappropriate, drinking problem, whatever it is, because this is how you talk about him. And if this is how you talk about him when a mic's on you and there's 80 cameras on you, we don't need to use our imagination that much to think about how you do it when you're at home with your husband.
Yeah. I actually had so many favorite lines in this. Obviously, I'd heard the clip last week, so I already had like gotten all the joy out of it. And it was, of course, great to see it again. But Andy asking Janet, should you thank Kristen for making you relevant? Because
apologize.
Should you? He asked if she should apologize.
Should you apologize? Do you think you should apologize to Kristen for making you relevant?
It's so good. That's why I
forgot it was apologize. That's like a double wham.
Yeah.
Like an extra kick in the nuts.
Yeah. I was just so thrilled to see everyone just staying on, and especially by the end of it, they were all talking over each other, being like, I can't.
That,
with this
to me,
one.
that was
like,
my favorite
It was
Nat.
like the crescendo of even Jasmine.
Jasmine, yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
even Jasmine, the only one who didn't get there was Britney, because Britney's a fucking pussy. But Jasmine was like, I can't. And when her and Zach had their little side convo, when they fucking put the the closed captioning, it was towards the end.
Yeah.
But, even Janet was like, or Jasmine was like, dude, this fucking nutter.
Yeah.
Well, this next segment is actually the Jasmine segment where they're talking about how at the beach she went after Janet and was said, you're a vibe killer, you give Karen energy, blah, blah, blah. And I think my biggest gripe with Jasmine this season, and I really liked her season 1, was put your chest into it. Like, if you are going to say all of this stuff, then own it. Because you do feel this way, Jasmine. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you went in on her, and this is the thing that happens with age, hopefully, right? You okay, Manny? Yeah, okay. Like, you'll have that friend that's so fucking annoying. I've mentioned this to you guys before, where I call these friendships jury duty friendships.
Yeah.
Where like, you have to show up, because if you don't, there's a bench warrant out for your arrest. And every time you do hang out with them, it's thankless, it's annoying. And as soon as you're done hanging out with them, they're just like, when can we hang out again? And it's just, no, I hope never. I don't even want to be your friend. And I think that that's where Jasmine is with Janet, but she's just not at the wisdom, maturity, age level in her life where she's like, what am I doing? I just want out of this fucking friendship. I never want to hang out with you again. I don't want to fucking text with you. I don't want, I don't care. I don't care that we work together. It's not worth my peace and quiet. I would appreciate if Jasmine just called it and was like, no, I get it. We had some good times. I'm not fucking gonna take your bullshit anymore, and I'm out. And she doesn't do it. And that's why when she sits there with Janet and she's just like, well, it was, I don't really feel like you give Karen energy. Yes, you do. Yes, you do, Jasmine.
Yeah.
So just fucking own it and you're free. But she's not there yet in the evolution of who she is. And so she's still going to be on this Janet rinse and repeat cycle.
I will forever be indebted to Jasmine because she's the first person that introduced me to vibe killer. The term vibe killer.
So funny because that is not a new term.
I'm not saying it is, but I'd never heard it until I heard it from her. And so I will always dedicate and thank her for providing me such a brilliant term.
It is a great term.
Great.
I don't like Jasmine anymore. And she's not on my shit list because like my shit list is full of Janet and Jason and also Britney, who I'll revisit. And Dan, or not Dan, and Michelle and Jesse, like they're not even worthy. Like they're just blah, go away, just hush. Like no one needs to hear from you. You have nothing smart to say. Jasmine she doesn't have a firm grip on anything. Like I don't feel like Jasmine stands for anything.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like pick a lane, girl.
Right. But like, I don't even think she's like caring enough to. I think that like I'm calling everyone lazy. I called Britney lazy last week. Like I think Jasmine's lazy. I think that Jasmine has massive like issue ADD where she like right in front of her, she'll go in on you and tell you fucking how it is and you're not going to step to her and she'll like lay down the law. And then she leaves and like forgets that was a thing or like it didn't really mean that much to her to begin with, but it was just like her camera moment or something. Like I feel like she's constantly trying to like remember like, wait, who's doing good here? Whose side do I want to be on? Like who's like what
Who should I sidle up next to?
Who should I sidle up next to? Yeah. Even when they fucking played the clip back where she was so adamant that you said these things to me, Janet, like did not say any of that, like had nothing to do with it. Like they rolled the clip and like clearly wasn't there. And like, they just moved on. Like if it was anyone else, they'd be like,
well, no, they said, cause it ended up being Jason that said it.
Right.
And
but
he
like,
was
she
like,
never
that's not
says.
what happened. That's not what happened. Listen, he was like, I was the one that said that.
Right. But
and then they show the clip of him saying it.
Right.
She does, oh, I'm a snake. And then when they cut back to her, she's like,
yes, you did.
Whatever.
No, she says it again. Yes, you did. She says it like, I don't know if it's yes, you did, but she says one more thing that is that is those words in other words. It wasn't like a blow it off thing. She was like, yes, you did. Like, but they just move on from it because everyone's like, yeah, Jasmine. Like, no one really cares about what she's saying because everything she said all season, like, she had a really not a great argument. I'm sure she wasn't looking to have the argument of like, you slapped my girlfriend's ass and told me to get daddy a drink or whatever. Like, I'm not saying at all that like she wanted that to happen, but like it did happen. And so that was her story for the entire year.
Yeah.
I feel like you could ask Jasmine tomorrow, are you mad about something? And she'd say, huh? No. And then you could ask her the following day and she might be a little insecure about like how that last week went or how like something kind of pops up in her head. Like, well, I don't know, maybe I should kind of, and she would have a totally different, like she'll be mad at Danny again any second, you know, like it just
depends when you catch her.
Basically, I just like her word doesn't mean anything to me anymore. Yeah. Like, okay, stay or go. I don't care. I'd like to see your wedding next year. So you could stay if you'd like, if we can see some of that. But like,
I did love when Jason looked at her and he was like, did you feel persuaded by anyone, you know, when this happened? And I love Zach I find Zach to be incredibly
manipulated.
Manipulated. Thank you.
Yeah.
I find Zach to be an intelligent guy. And I like that he goes, by who?
Yeah.
Like not just letting her sit and stew in that answer. Like,
because Jasmine will sit and stew and go, maybe I did. Like you could tell she was thinking she might have been like, and she didn't have an
calling
answer yet.
him out on like leading the witness, Your Honor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you want her to say that these people were in your ear and that's why you said it. Yeah. And no, she went 10 toes down by her own self.
But she,
as my brother would say when
she didn't go 10 toes down. She goes, I don't think
No, on the beach. On the beach. When she was there saying you're a vibe killer, all that stuff. She was 10 toes down.
No,
and
she totally was. Yeah.
That's how she feels. She just doesn't have like the chutzpah to say it.
Totally. But that's
to own it.
Like that is a perfect example at the end, how she responds to it when she took forever to answer. And then she ends up saying, I don't think I was, because I know Jasmine was literally thinking in there, what is the best answer? What can I get out of something that I did? Will it be better if I say that I was? Like, she was entertaining her options in that moment. Otherwise, she would have been like, no. And you know what? You fucking should have said no, because did you feel manipulated by anyone? Is like translation is, you're dumb. People can just pull one over on you. Like, Jason wants to insinuate, like, you're too simple and someone came in and strong-armed you. Like, no, Jasmine, you're one of the toughest bitches on this stage. Like, you didn't get manipulated by anyone. Like, that whole thing was so ridiculous. It was basically just going, how are they treating you over at Hewlett Packard.
Yeah.
They're kind of, I've heard they're
Because
kind
at
of assholes.
Epilogue,
They
we
don't
are.
pay a lot. Yeah, exactly. And like,
We respect our staff.
yeah.
The next section is about Jax, like, you know, when he came home from rehab and they turned Jax's into Brits. And honestly, my two big notes from this segment were, one, nobody cares anymore. They're all, it's like, it reminded me in The Wizard of Oz when you see who the wizard is and you're like, you're the wizard?
Yeah.
You are this guy.
Yeah.
And it's all smoke and mirrors. And now we know and we've seen because everyone's laughing at him. This is the Frank Drebin part where it's like, you fucking are your own hype man. It's like, remember when Donald Trump pretended to be his own PR person, Dennis, and would be calling people, talking about how great he was?
Yeah.
Like, this is what Jax is doing. You're talking about how, like, it's your show. And when he says, you know, no, I don't have the power to get everyone fired. And everyone's just like, oh, we know you, idiot.
Yeah.
They
didn't pan to Janet and Jason because you know that they're like, wait, what?
Yeah, wait, what are we supposed to be doing? Leader, what are we supposed to be doing?
Are you serious?
It was just marinated in the fact that they don't give a fuck anymore.
Yeah.
But the other thing that I found that was interesting is why, of everyone on the show, Zach triggers him the most.
Oh
he
my
gets the
God.
angriest with Zach, which I personally love.
No, me too.
I love that he bothers him the most. I love that he's taller than him. I love that he's cuter than him. Why?
I think I know why.
Please enlighten us.
And I never even thought about this. But Britney and fucking Zach have been friends for 20 years.
Yeah.
Zach has been there since day one.
Yeah.
He's seen everything. If he hasn't seen it firsthand, he's heard it from Britney's mouth. He knows everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
There's a little term in the biz and all the business. Probably comes from the mafia biz.
You're welcome.
You know where the bodies are buried, right? Like, you can't get rid of the guy who knows where the bodies are buried. And I think that, like he said, like, Zach's like, dude, I don't understand. Like, of all the people, I'm the one that was fucking there. I'm the one that had your back. I'm the one that was a Jack's, what did he say? Apologist. Like, I was there when she was crying. I was there when you were fucking crying. Like, that is why Jax hates Zach.
Yeah.
Because Zach knows everything. He knows everything. He's seen it. He's seen Jax. If a narcissist couldn't ever have a moment where they're like, that was my rock bottom, because, like, somebody mentioned your 12-step program and what a great idea it was. And brilliant. I was like, it's fucking brilliant. But again, like, you got, like, everyone's like, oh, it's rock. You got to hit rock bottom. You got to hit rock bottom. Like, rock bottom, the proverbial rock bottom is like that moment, whatever it is, that makes you go, oh, fuck, I might have a problem.
Yeah.
There might be a problem here. Apparently that's that's what a narcissist is not fucking problem. I'm the shit, right?
Yeah.
So, like, to hit, you'll never hit. There is no rock bottom. I don't know. I'm just fucking talking out of my ass. But because there's no rock bottom, there's no
light bulb moment.
There's no light bulb moment. If there were, it fucking Zach was there. Zach was there for any rock bottom moment, any tiny inkling that Jax has of like, oh fuck, that was a moment I don't want anyone to know or see or hear about it. You know, I'm like, this kid fucking knows it. He knows it all. He knows every single one of the moments. Can I go
one step further on your theory? Because I think you are dead on balls accurate.
That's what they say on the internet.
That's what
Look what you guys have done.
Yeah,
exactly. And to build off of that, Zach is smart and he can land a point. And he's also not afraid to show up and push back and be confrontational. And Britney is. Like, she doesn't want to necessarily go head to head with him. She gets very overwhelmed emotionally. I don't think she's the best, like, verbal sparring partner. And I think that Jax knows that Zach knows everything, knows where all the bodies are buried. and he ain't afraid to shout it, be all about it.
Well, he also can't push him around.
That's what I'm saying, because he will push back. He will say, oh, like when you did this, he's not going to rattle Zach's cage.
Yeah.
And he rattles Britney's cage. And Zach knows just as much as Britney does, and he's not afraid to fucking open it, sing like a canary.
Nobody else on that cast is either man enough, whatever, tough enough, whatever, has the balls, whatever you want to say, or dumb enough, sassy enough, whatever, to say to Jax, it wasn't for the last 30 days when Jax says, this is my show. Like, that's ballsy. Like, that, like, call it whatever you want. Brilliant line.
Yeah.
But it was also like, you could see in his face that he got halfway through that sentence and kept going, but was like, well, I hope this doesn't backfire on me. But I'm saying that, you know, he wasn't 100% comfortable spitting that line out. He did, which makes you think, like, bro, you just barfed up 87 of those. She's like, yeah, I know. That's why I need some more, dummy.
Empty stomach alert.
Stupid. Who brought this guy?
You have created
You're the one with the
miniature monster.
Yeah, you're the one with the best takes. I doubt it. So yeah, I think that's why
You nailed it.
that's
don't.
it.
Okay, listen.
All right, I'm going home.
Oh God, Jax is has such little self-control that he was still trying to challenge him, still trying to fuck with him over and over and over again. Like, no, the normal person does not fuck with the person that knows where the bodies are buried. But Jax has no control over anything that flies out of his mouth, that his looks, his reaction to anything is, there's nothing to be done about it for him. So like, he does that. The thing that I thought was like the most impressive thing on Zach's behalf is that every single thing that Jax was saying, like anybody else on that stage, anybody else, when he says, well, cause fuck you, they would have been like, well, fuck you. Well, cause I don't, oh my God, Minnie, like, is this happening?
She's like me in the meteor wine.
Oh my God, that's Minnie's meteor.
Every time he would say something like, well, you should be a good person. Well, I don't care what you want. Well, but I think this, fuck you, I hate you. Like, we're not friends. No, well, you can die for all I care. Like, that's like, he's saying all these things. Zach doesn't respond one single time to any of like those direct hits that, like I said, no one else on that stage would have been able to bypass. Not only because they don't have like the self-control to, but also because like they'd want to cash in on that and be like, we're not friends. Oh, you hate me now? Well, what about this? What about like, Zach acted like, it was almost like he didn't hear him. Like, but I know he did because of just the way he would pause for the response, but then he would go on as if that didn't even exist. Like, it didn't play into his next line whatsoever. And then finally, by the end of it, he gives him like the best advice, which is, if you want to show this woman that you are changing and doing right and going to do better, start by proving it to her friends, the people that love her and know her. And he goes, agreed.
Which is one of the many, many, many reasons why I think Zach is so great.
No, he's so perfect for this show.
Yeah.
There was a Time article that came out today. I don't know if you saw it. That's like, this woman is just, the person that wrote it, I put it up on the posts, is basically arguing that the Valley should just be like dead and buried. Like, there's no redeeming qualities here. This cast does not like each other. There's no real friendships here. There's no chemistry. There's no breakout stars. And then that's where she got me. I'm like, oh, contraire mon frere. There is definitely one breakout star, and his name is Zach Wickham.
Thank you.
Yeah. She laid into all the things that like I was talking actually about last week, about just how like she was even comparing it to Vanderpump. Like, I think she must have seen our show and then been like, oh, I think I'll do a little think piece on it.
That's why next week there's going to be a note from the editor about how, I'm sorry, there was a breakout star and we forgot to mention his name is Zach Wickham.
Yeah. But she talks about the people like just in Vanderpump having like real relationships and real friendships and real like just a real history together. And like, these people clearly, there's nothing here to salvage. That's what she said. She's like, this is not a savable show. There's just no likable people here. And
this is why the Valley, the Persian version, is going to be really interesting, because these people are legit friends.
Yeah.
And Shaws of Sunset, I loved Shaws of Sunset. Like, it was great until it wasn't, right? Like the last, I don't know, however many seasons or whatever. But it was really good because they were genuinely best friends. Like Mercedes and MJ and who's the guy? I love him so much.
Oh,
Reza.
he's on Jeff Lewis all the time.
Yeah, Reza.
So good. He finally shaved that mustache, thank God.
And he looks so handsome.
I don't know, but he just,
okay.
the
Well, I think he looks
mustache
good with
was
it
like
out.
a whole. It was a look.
My mom says when she sees someone with like a very strong look, she'll lean over. She goes, "Oh, Cork, that's a look." So anyway, Reza and
That's a great
MJ
point.
are childhood friends.
Yeah.
The best of friends.
Yeah.
And I just think Gigi, all of them, Mikey, June, these motherfuckers are friends. So I am so interested to see how that pans out.
Yeah.
Comparatively speaking.
No, that's so true.
Our next segment is when we start. We're getting into Maui, but by way of just quickly talking about Luke and Kristen. And again, it was like the one shining spot that we had the entire season because they are so happy. I love that she's got a guy 8 years younger than him. I feel like she has a lot of I feel like that suits her really well. I think he really loves her and appreciates all the things that for someone who's going to be with Kristen should appreciate about her. And even Andy said it. He's like, it's just been so nice to see you in this time in your life.
Yeah.
You've just, again, to quote Jen O'Toole, someone is going to seem needy until their needs are met.
Yeah.
Really in a great place in her life. And I'm happy for her.
Yeah, super pumped. I'm gonna add another regret to my long list of life's regrets. Sorry, Nettie, I know you don't buy into regretting things, but I will regret that I did not ask you to marry me way early into our relationship, so that you would have.
Are you talking to me?
Who the fuck else?
Talking to
No,
me.
I don't know. I dip in and dip out. I don't know.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, yeah, you. No offense, Courtney. But
I just thought you were telling a story.
No. Because they did the flashback of when he proposes, and
Yeah.
she turns around and she goes, "What the fuck?" And it's such a genuine "what the fuck."
Yeah.
And for someone like me, that response would be like my dream come true. Like if that was the first, if I got a "what the fuck? Are you serious? Are you fucking serious?" Which I think would be a pretty natural response from you. But I waited so long, and now it's like
I'm sure you'll still get it.
Okay, it would be nice if it was genuine. But I'm bummed that I might not have a genuine "what the fuck."
Well, no, now you're doing the reverse. Like instead of doing it early on, now you're waiting so long that you're going to
be
get
an
the
angry
No,
"what
yeah,
the fuck."
no,
Yeah,
there's
it's
no
gonna be
one's
like
expecting anything.
No one.
Fuck, dude, are you serious?
Yeah.
Jesus, finally. Anyways, I was bummed about that. Are we skipping Frank Drebin, which is actually Frank Drebin?
We just were there in that scene. I said, this is when they bring up the Frank Drebin, and you didn't say anything.
Oh, I missed that part.
I guess
dip
everybody,
out too.
except for me, who's paying attention.
Sometimes I get so bummed at Jax because there's moments where his little smirk when he's like he just like when he realizes like, oh fuck, they got me. I gotta tell him about Frank Drebin. And the fact that he got it wrong, it's not Frank Drebin, it's Frank Drebin.
Everyone knows that. And I feel like America has been screaming at their televisions for because, we heard about that happening much earlier in the season. So for this long of time to have gone by, and then we're watching a reunion that was filmed so long ago, and then Andy's fucking it up left and right and drum on, and which Jesse goes, I actually kind of think that's like, I would now rather just call it him Frank Drummond, because it just is like, he doesn't even know it's Frank Drebin. And so he keeps saying, Andy, you've seen Naked Gun, right? Frank Drebin. It's like, do you know Naked Gun? Because that was my dad's and my favorite fucking movie my whole life. And like, if you're going to steal that name and make it your burner account, show some fucking respect and
Put some respect on Frank Drebin's name.
Yes, it's just like one more Jack's dumbass thing to do. Now you're pissing all over Leslie Nielsen, and They have a reboot. I think it's out this week.
Yeah.
No, it's out. Travis actually said he saw it and he was like,
It's good.
it's pretty good.
Oh,
They did
I
it
love
Oh my
justice.
God. Well,
Yeah.
Leslie Nielsen and Pam Anderson are going to save the world with their love story.
Yeah.
We need them to stay together,
Yeah.
please. I can't take another hit.
It'd be hilarious if Jax made a cameo.
Oh my God. No, it would not.
I'm sorry,
No,
but
it
like
would not.
sometimes I just look for things for Jax to do that I wouldn't want to like slice my eyeballs out. I'm like, that would actually be kind of funny if he like showed up for a delivery for Miss Frank Drebin. It's Drebin.
But
Dumb
this is what's
dick.
so wild about Jax. This really is like the micro of the macro of this idiot, okay?
Yeah.
He's correcting Andy when he himself is wrong.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
No,
like,
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it is the micro of the macro of who this ding dong is. It's just, it's so wild to me. Not just frustrating and how did you do this and it's so stupid. It's like, you're correcting someone while you're wrong.
Yeah. And like he's my age. So like it's not like he just randomly saw this movie. Like we grew up on this movie.
Also,
and like it's just so
you have
pitiful.
this thing in your pocket that has all the world's information in it, okay? Just go in your Google machine, give it a Goog,
Yeah, that's not gonna.
see if it's correct. Anyway, back at the ranch, we're in Maui now. And this is when Nia gets really worked up because they bring up the fight on the boat where they're talking again for the 8,000th time, just this episode, about the Danny shit. And this is what I think when everyone does start kind of yelling at Janet, being like, oh my God, what are you?
Are you words we can't even say anymore?
I know. Yeah, I don't know. That's why I'm stuttering because I don't know what else.
You're pushing me to say words we're not allowed to say anymore.
I'm deleting them from my vocabulary, and now I can't speak. Look what you're doing to Chandler. Like, what the fuck, Janet? Come on. What the fuck, Aaron? Like, it's too much. It's too matcha. Let it go, ho. I can't. I can't live like this.
I know.
I have a whole, and I can't even get my thoughts out because literally these are all of my thoughts. The people at home can see just on this one segment for Janet.
I know. I'm just gonna do a roundup at the end and be like, here's all the things that we flew right by.
Well, this is also when Andy, again, this is why I said, like, for me, Mike disagrees with me. Apparently, he said he's going to tell us during the show, so buckle up. This is why I said Andy was for the people this episode, because this is when he said, right, so then why did you use this loaded term, Janet?
Yeah.
And he asked, does anyone else think that this was inappropriate or not the right term or whatever? And everyone raised their hand, except, of course, for Michelle,
What a
Jason.
snooze you are, Michelle. Jeez.
Britney.
And then Britney did this thing where you could tell she wanted to raise her hand, but she was just fixing the strap of her dress. So it kind of it was like very
She was having
Britney.
second thoughts about it. It's so Britney. I can't
Right.
stand Britney anymore. I cannot stand this girl.
Britney, I got to tell you something, girl. Stand in the middle of the road, you get hit. You gotta
Yeah.
pick a side.
I think that she has been stirring shit up on purpose this way this whole time. I think that she had her story with Jax.
Wouldn't
but
you get hit if you picked a side? Who's driving down the middle of the road?
That's just the saying. Stand in the middle of the road, you get hit.
That's a dumb saying.
It's such a great saying.
A horrible saying. Carry on.
Okay, keep going.
Wait, what was I saying?
I don't know.
See, you
Something.
can't interrupt her.
What were we even talking about at all? Like what?
We're covering the third episode of the reunion for the Valley.
Wait, was I just going to go in on Brittany or am I just
yes.
going
'Cause
to?
I said stand in the middle of the road and you get hit. You got to pick a side.
You know, there's only a couple people on this show that are like seasoned people that have been around for years to know what they need to do every year. And so I think she had her story, but I also think that Brittany feels kind of like probably feels some responsibility towards making sure everyone else is doing things because it's like shows can like a brand new show, like you never know, could get axed out of nowhere and we'll never think of it again because it's so new. So I think that she stirs things up and has conversations with people to get them to do their jobs as well, like kind of like remind them like, oh, about this and like just kind of keep people riled a little bit. I think half of it is that. And then I think the other half of it is that she has been going through this like breakup now for so long and she's needed everyone in her life
Yeah.
And so when she's sitting there talking about what Jax has done, it's probably been, here I am over at fucking Michelle's house or over at Janet's house. It's been 3 hours now, and I'm fucking talking about all my problems, and like they're so nice to. She's not totally unself-aware. Like anybody that age knows that like you can't bogart people's entire like adult lives like all day about with your issues. So sometimes I think that once they start talking about what they're irritated about, that she'll just go along with that and be like, oh yeah, no, totally. Like, I think that everybody on that stage believes that Britney was on their side with everything, and then would realize later, like once she's called to task about it and she has to answer for it, she's going to do things like, well, he didn't like grab me or anything, but like in that moment, Janet's probably so frustrated with like how things are going that she's telling Britney, and then this and then that, and like I heard that blah blah blah, and I heard this, and did you know? And then Britney will be like, yeah, he was. Remember how wasted he was at your birthday? Yeah, he was wasted at my birthday. He was like kind of like following me around and like being.
I guess that was a little funny.
Yeah, and then like not thinking that like they're going to. Like, that's all they have, Britney. Like, wake up. These people have, like, an empty plate, and they're standing there with their plates. And if you give them that little sliver of fucking asparagus, like, they are going to come back and use that asparagus, eat it, and then pee a stink asparagus pee. and now this whole thing
stink
stinks.
Up the whole show.
Stink up the whole joint. I don't know why I picked asparagus, but it ended up working out.
Yeah, that was a good.
Because I keep thinking I want to put asparagus in the air fryer.
Oh, it's great.
Right. I think I've done it one time and we haven't done it. I've literally been thinking about it, and that's why I said that. Anyways, I'm trying to think of like what else. Like I feel like she chimes in to Michelle about like Michelle's issues, and probably I just think that some people would just probably forget about these things. But I think that Britney's in there, like I said, doing what she thinks is her job, but also just playing a yes man to the people that are yes manning her.
Yeah.
Like it's because she needs all that support. So she's trying to give it back to them and be, I agree. You should. Yeah.
But
totally.
also I agree with that. But a lot of people yes man Janet as well.
Yeah.
Like Britney obviously does. You just mentioned all the ways. Jasmine does. I think Zach did until he didn't.
You think Jasmine
Michelle
does so? Like,
yeah, because she was doing all of the whole, like when they were talking about it at first, when Jasmine was very rightfully so riled up about what had happened with her fiance and Danny and all that stuff. And of course, Janet will never not seize that moment to come in as this social justice warrior for no cause here, okay? And say like, well, he sexually assaulted her. And yes, if this had just happened to me and the person hadn't apologized yet and they were so hammered that I'm like, this MFer doesn't even remember it. And he did fucking assault me.
Yeah.
Like that's wrong and you can't do that shit. But that's in the heat of the moment, right? And Janet's there's no shades with Janet. It's very black or white. She's never taking into account like this just happened. And Danny did go out of his way to apologize, not once, but twice. And he said he would do it a third time and a fourth time and however many times Jasmine needs to hear it. And so Jasmine then sidebarred, we brought it up earlier, to Zach, where she said, she was like, yeah, I don't feel that way. I wouldn't have used such a, oh, now you're done? Now you go to sleep? Must be nice, Minnie. Like sidebarred him saying, yeah, no, I don't feel like he sexually assaulted me. That's not the term I would use. Say it to Janet.
Yeah.
Don't say it to the dude next to you who believes you and thinks the same thing. You know how you will end this? By saying it to Janet. I'm the one it happened to. It's me and my fiance. Neither one of us feel that this is what happened.
Yeah.
And stop using that term.
Yeah.
This was the most I felt for her when everyone was just saying like, and even Melissa said, stop talking about it. Like, Janet, leave it out of your mouth. And she goes, fine. I will never mention it again. And it's like, right, you feel like you're being bullied in this moment, but this is what everyone nicely was saying to you all season. And this is why they're now yelling at you, because you didn't hear them when they said it in a calm tone. You didn't hear them when they kind of raised their voice and said, stop doing it. Now they're going to be like, stop doing this.
Yeah.
It's fucking obnoxious. And no one asked you to be our mouthpiece.
Yeah. I feel like, how we've talked about how someone has this on someone else. Like, oh, they're clearly like, there's something going on here that they need to mind their P's and Q's or can't go too far because it just seems like someone's going to rat them out. I have never felt that so strongly as I have about Jasmine and Jason and Janet. Like, I truly believe that Janet and Jason know some shit about Jasmine.
Listen, I don't disagree with that. I think that is a conspiracy theory that could find
just
truth.
the way that she does like flip-flop, and like how Kristen brought up, and Kristen was like, excuse me, like she tried to interject like a bunch of times. She would not let Jasmine finish her sentence. She kept saying, there's also shit talking though, because you talk shit about her, because we're in a group chat. You talk shit about her in the group chat, so you should tell her. She talks shit. Like, she just kept on saying, and Jasmine's like, yeah, no, totally. And is like trying to like, she's doing everything she can to like not get stepped on. Where, so she's like saying something that the people will like, you know, with like the don't fucking say that to me anymore, or the vibe killer moment. She probably wants to have another one of those because that was like the greatest day of her life, probably. But she's having a real issue with doing that to Janet. And I don't like, what the fuck could Janet have to offer that like you got Kristen on you. Like, Kristen is offering you like your parachute. Come on over here.
And
like,
side note, this is when Kristen's at her best.
Exactly.
Because
so like you don't need Janet for anything. And so like just go over to Kristen's side and you'll be so taken care of. And I don't think that Jasmine, again, I've just like gotten here with her. I kind of knew it was going to come at some point, but like I staved off for as long as I could. But I don't think that Jasmine has any real character that I really respect. And so I think that she has gotten to the point now where it's like so obvious to me that like there's like no reason that your brain isn't thinking, how can I get ahead here? How can I get on top? And if you're not just beelining for Kristen and shutting Janet out completely, then there's some reason why. And it's not because you're such a good friends with her. Like, I don't buy it.
I think you could totally be right. I think if we're looking at this as like a spectrum, the light version of this is she just doesn't want to stand up to Janet. She wants to like kind of keep a friendly relationship with everyone because she's still working her way into being like a main character, and she doesn't want to. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
She doesn't have the balls, like I was saying earlier, to just say like, I'm out on you. You've annoyed me for so long.
This is dawning on me. I think it's Jason. I think that she has a friendship with Jason, a real friendship with Jason.
She says that all the time.
So I think she's just placated, like she's just dealing with Jason's wife, basically. Maybe that's what it is.
What are you fighting for? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
at that point, if you're
totally
fighting for Jason, for a friendship with Jason, Jason's just as bad as Janet to me at this point.
Right, but I think that they have. I don't know why I even think this. Like, for some reason.
She said it throughout the season.
That her and Jason are like bros, right?
But she also said she's been friends with Janet longer than anybody here. Like, her and Janet became friends at the apartment complex.
Yeah, but I don't necessarily think time equates to the closeness of a friendship.
Yeah.
I think that when her and Jason got together, she made.
But when Andy asked, she was like about them reconciling, she was like, listen, I've been friends with her the longest out of anybody here. We go back to far, like, she was very reminiscent about a deep, long-lasting friendship.
I know that she was, but that's again projection disclaimer, maybe this is just me. I have had friendships where I've, known someone for a really long time, and truly I knew from jump this wasn't the right friendship for me.
Right.
They're not a bad person. They didn't do anything wrong. It wasn't right for me. And I feel like sometimes you just, especially when you make friendships in your 20s, you get snookered into some friendship that you're just like, fuck, now I'm in this. And it's like this cyclone that I don't know where's the opening. When can I jump out?
Yeah.
And I just don't know if Janet has gotten there yet to be like, I'm out. I'm fucking out on you.
Yeah.
And keep your husband. He sucks too now.
No, I know.
And I think on the worst end of that spectrum is your theory that it's like they got something on her.
Jasmine just showed Danny and Nia a house that they're never going to buy. But like, are you going with your sexual assailant to like sell him a house? And like, you know what? Maybe money's on the table. Everything else goes out the window. I mean, she did say when they were talking about, when Michelle said Jesse offered to go down on a client, and she goes, get that sale. Yeah. That was one of my favorite Jasmine moments, aside from Vibe Killer Karen vibe. But you wouldn't go with your sexual assailant to look at houses. And she's also the one that called her Voldemort.
This is why I'm saying I really believe her issue is that she cannot pick a side. She's a floppy jalopy.
Yeah.
Where she just cannot say, here is how I feel. I'm not going back on it just so I could be in your good graces. I am picking this side of the street. This is my place. This is my dance space. This is your dance space. I'm fucking out on you.
I wonder if she's a Gemini.
Maybe. Okay, so our next scene or segment is when we're talking about the Zen party. And we learn very quickly, obviously, and we know this from episode 1 or the first episode of this reunion where like Zach and Britney are in a good place again because obviously they had that kerfuffle, which Britney was like, I didn't even know what he was talking about. Also, Zach was probably blackout, so Zach might not have even known what Zach was talking about.
Yeah.
The real interesting part of this segment to me was when Jesse's trying to sit there and say, you know, because his girlfriend showed up and I guess him, Michelle and his girlfriend got into a big fight and he's like, right. She showed up to a cast event. And he's like, as soon as she got there, they put a boom over us and there were cameras around. And he's like, right, because they were doing their job. And if she
stupid, Jesse, you're so fucking stupid. God, you are phoning it in so hard. I did not think you were this stupid.
But I loved it when Andy went in on him there. And I just thought like it shut Jesse up. It showed Jesse.
Are you being serious?
Yeah. Wait, what did you think?
Andy said nothing about fucking anything all year long. Every Watch What Happens Live for 2 fucking and 80% of a third episode. This motherfucker didn't say shit about shit. And now, Andy, now you're going to get all high and mighty and put the fucking foot down and tell Jesse how it's going to get done on the TV show and over his stupid fucking girlfriend. Jax is hucking tables and throwing chicks into fucking bushes. Like, Jesse's calling his wife a whore. Like, this whole fucking season has been a goddamn train wreck of toxicity. You don't say shit about any of it. No, and the thing that
I think you got it wrong.
No,
got it wrong. What did he say?
Let me add a component
he got
in
so
it for,
fucking
that you
tough
might,
about that. That was the biggest load of shit.
Add a component in it that you might not.
You're pulling a Nia. You're pulling a Nia.
Oh yeah. He didn't mean that.
We don't talk like that.
I lost a little bit of respect.
Put the wine bottle down.
No, I need to open this shit.
I can't believe you've held it.
I know. I just
episode.
realized that you're still holding it. Oh my God. Baby. Okay. Again, we're not sponsored by this company. Just like, I don't want anyone to think we're like pulling the wool over them. Like, Mike
Paco.
just really likes this wine.
Paco, my friend Paco, he texted me last night and he's like, dude, did you guys get a wine sponsor? No.
Yeah, let's just start telling people
just
that.
A friend.
If you drink it, it will come.
Yeah. Dude, one thing, I'll just add this here. I totally forgot that remember I was like, I started watching Vanderpump. I don't know why. I just like, I like turned it on and like fell into this fucking hole. And like a week later, it's like all I've done and whatever. I'm now realizing it was because Meteor Wine said, like, DM'd me about something, and then he was like, it's just never going to be as good. He said something like, it's never going to be as good as Vanderpump, right? Am I right? Or something like that. And so I think that I clicked, because I never even replied to him.
Oh my God.
I think I clicked out of it to like go and like just put on the episode 1. Totally forgot that that's how I got to the hole, was him just saying it. Like, and that, here we are. So Meteor has so much
institutional knowledge.
Yes, but also like, I don't even realize that I'm doing everything he says. Everything he tells me to do, I'm like Mike always goes, I already told you to do that. And I'm like, I don't know why when he says it, I do it.
Whatever. At least she's
doing
it.
Wait, maybe Meteor Wine is Mike's burner account. It's his friend Drebin. Just kidding. Meteor Wine exists. He's a real person.
Hilarious.
Yeah, dude, I would be living in Napa Valley if I was a.
Wait, Nat, I could just picture like in the movie version of this, Meteor DMs you going, it'll never be as good as Vanderpump. And then you waking up with like a chip bag like stuck to your cheek, your hair all over the place. And like the credits of of Vanderpump are going, and just in your mind, it's just, it'll never be as good as Vanderpump. Where did I hear that? It'll never be as good as Vanderpump.
And you want to know the only reason that I realized that this happened was because I was trying to go through my DMs and see like who I haven't answered or who whatever. And I noticed that I didn't respond to him. And of course I would respond right away. but it's because he said something that made me go beep boop, and then I just disappeared into a hole for 7 days.
7 seasons later.
K-hole.
Yeah, and you were kidding about that Vanderpump show. Anyways.
Okay, wait. What was I saying?
You're agreeing with me that Andy was a big old fucking softie until this dumbass thing that he decided to pretend like he was a tough guy on.
No. The missing component here is that there was, after that happened, there was a legal thing. She did another, like, I don't know if she sent another letter. Maybe this time it was to production, or maybe she threatened production, but she threatened Michelle, she threatened whoever else. And I think legal had to get involved. And I also think that lately, Andy's had a few legal issues that, like, he's probably had it up to fucking here with like these letters and these threats and having it become a thing. And also probably, you know, Jesse like started off really well, but then he's totally like the last like several episodes, it's just been a giant wet. I hate saying, I'm not going to say the word that you always say, a giant wet
fart.
It's just so visual. Like it's
such
so
a great
gross.
descriptor, though. He's just like a giant wet fart.
He really, he's just like been so much talk and like nothing. And I'm one to talk. And people are like, get to the point.
Oh my God, you had me rolling. Someone's like, the blonde never makes a point, or like takes forever to get to a point. You go, it's a miracle if I ever make one.
So I think that is what spurred him to say, do you get it? You get it?
Oh my God, when he goes, you understand?
Yeah.
And I love how Zach dramatically grabbed Jasmine's arm and was just like, oh, Daddy Mac.
And
get
when
what?
has Jesse
but
ever?
Get what? Do you
never.
get what?
Nope.
Do you get what? What are we getting here?
That
this lady doesn't want to be on TV.
Can't run around and do whatever.
Yes, she can. She doesn't want to be on TV.
Right.
She doesn't want to be talked about on TV.
Then don't show up to a hot set.
She called and said, are you guys done? Jesse said yes.
Oh, and Jesse's a producer on the show. Jesse gets to say that we're done. If there's still cameras there and they're still doing shit.
No. If we're done and we're wrapped, cameras are getting wrapped up. If someone who's not on the show, who's voiced that she doesn't want to be on the show, who has gone to a lawyer to put out cease and desists to people on the show to say, do not speak about me on the show. You do not have my release. You do not have my consent to do that. Says, hey, are you guys done? And Jesse says, yeah, we're done. And she's like, cool, I'll swing by. We're done. We're not on camera anymore. So the lady that has set out legal fucking documents to people shows up, and you're going to pull cameras back up and put a fucking mic in her face?
Yeah, that's how these shows work.
No, it's not how they fucking work. When the girl said, I will not be on fucking camera, that's not how it works. This isn't the fucking news. This is a dumbass reality show.
It's my news.
Okay,
Listen,
but you guys
you're going far on her, though. Like, I think this bitch is problematic. I think that
so
she's
too.
caused a
Doesn't
bunch of
matter
issues.
if she's-
I think that Jesse has allowed it. And I think that he probably said, I don't even remember Jesse saying, yes, we're done. Jesse might have been done himself. He might have been able to leave
he
and
told
whatever.
her.
But you know what?
That was his story.
He's supposed to go. They're supposed to go have a birthday dinner at Chateau. Why is she coming to fucking Yamashiro?
Yeah,
Like,
stay at Chateau.
down the fucking street.
He can then. If you guys are going to a dinner, why are you coming to a
leaving the
set?
party to come
you
to
want to
me?
come to set and see what's going on? Then you're gonna maybe fucking get on camera.
She's
Like,
trying to cause problems.
She's a
And then
problem maker.
Correct.
She's
And
fucking
she's
problem
sitting there
maker.
trying to be.
It doesn't matter. A, I don't agree. B, it doesn't like cause what kind of problems?
She's trying to go in and stir shit up, but have not a camera on her.
Because she doesn't want any cameras on her.
Then
She
stay
can go
on
to
the hot set.
It's
It's not a hot set.
Stay off
He's-
a set where a production crew is filming and has been filming for 8 hours.
Her
and
boyfriend, and then there's a time where you call rap, right? You're done for the day.
How do you know they were rapping?
Jesse said it.
And we believe Jesse because
Bro, you guys. I can't even believe you're fighting me on this. That Andy said nothing. He stood up to no one all fucking season except for this. This is what he stood up to and got tough on.
Yeah.
And you guys are arguing that this is cool and that this was the proper thing to stand
he
up
pushed
to.
back on Jackson. He
Jesse
was on
on?
Watch What Happens Live. I think he pushed back on Janet and Jason a
Britney.
lot during this entire reunion and when they were on Watch What Happens Live.
Bro.
And I just think
Not even fucking close. I was like, I had to be like, what is happening? Did someone, like, did he get into Jax's fucking testosterone or steroids and
I think it's
ball?
got to
Like,
be annoying that you're trying to film a show and this chick has sent cease and desist letters to every cast
guys
member.
have no
And
idea
hold on, even Kristen
what
said
you're
it. She's like,
talking
can we
about."
not do this next season? Can we not have a show where we can't talk about things because you've got a girlfriend sending us legal, cease and desist letters? Also, I believe that they were in the conversation of it and Jesse's trying to stand up for his girlfriend. And it's like, look, your girlfriend can't play smart and stupid at the same time. If you want nothing to do with this show, then don't show up to anything we're doing. Don't come to Watch What Happens Live with me. Because Andy's going to mention it on the show. Oh, your girlfriend's here. Don't come to where we were setting up, where we are setting up, where we're wrapping up. Just stay clear. Give us a wide berth if you want nothing to do with the show because you're trying to play smart and stupid at the same time.
Why? Like, no, it's ridiculous. If you are that staunch and adamant about having zero, like not even a sliver of your image, not even a bubbled out image or like blurred out, whatever, like nothing, stay away from Watch What Happens Live. Don't come to cast events and don't come to a tape night. Like don't come to any of those things and then tell everyone what the fuck. Like, and I also think that Jesse has made a meal out of that and been like, made that a part of his story that like his girlfriend's not going to be a part of this. And then there's these conversations about these cease and desist letters. And he has not done dick all for so much of the season. Like Jesse came out with a bang. Jesse came out with a bang. He started off strong and everyone was like, wow, this guy is really good at this. Did we not think that like Jesse is a good guy on this? Not good guy, a good character on this show. He was a new Bravo. Like
he was serving.
He had he had promise. He was showing promise of like of being one of the fucking number one guys in the group, being a Jax type of character, whatever. And so then he just I think that his story got shittier and shittier, and then I think that he really leaned into what she was doing. I think that Andy is annoyed at all of it and is just like, everyone's getting letters. No, just stop. Like, cut this shit out. Like, this is not going to be, like, I think he was just trying to say, this is not going to be a thing anymore. We're not dealing
Dad's
with
putting
this.
his foot down.
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't understand.
I think that's great that Dad's putting his foot down over some dude's girlfriend.
Because it's not about a guy bringing his girlfriend. It's about all of the trouble that she has caused over this entire season. And I bet you there's some people like Michelle who like, listen, I think that Michelle shouldn't come back.
Daddy put his foot down over this Jesse's girlfriend, but not over Jax chucking Britney into the fucking
Jax doesn't
bushes.
have a job anymore, so
okay.
I feel like that's a foot down.
Okay.
And I stand by that. I think he was tough on him. We talked about it on this show that he was tough on Jax when he was on Watch What Happens Live.
I don't even remember Jax.
I'm certain we talked about it. We were like, oh wow, Andy went further than we thought he was going to go.
Yeah.
And also, I don't know, there might be legal implications for saying like you beat the shit out of your wife and that's not cool, man. Like maybe he can't say that because maybe it's allegedly or maybe he didn't.
Well, then it goes back to when did you know, what did you know, and when did you know it? And like that becomes just a thing that like you gotta fucking stay away from. Yeah. I think that what you're thinking is that like what you're probably thinking is that is that Andy didn't like put his foot down. Like you're probably thinking there's a million other things that he could have, and then he chose this to do it. I can get on board with that, but he did
oddly tough guy, and oddly, you get it now.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what I would.
So
fucking,
that is putting your foot down. I'm not saying. Listen, I'm not saying that like he hasn't not put his foot down a million other times that I would like hoped and prayed that he would.
I don't think I've ever seen Andy act like that.
Which exactly, he put his foot down. That's what this whole thing's about.
I think Mike's pissed because, you put your foot down here, but not with Jax.
Right.
And Jax
and so
over a granola bar at craft service that you didn't fucking like. That's the story that you decided to put your foot down.
I bet you there's way more to it than you're
I think so too.
Giving it credit.
And I think
because you guys don't understand the on-camera release. Like this.
No, we do understand an on-camera release.
It doesn't sound like it, because just because you show up to a place that a TV show is filming, you guys are like, well, oh, you're going to be on TV now, no matter what. Like, that's not
and I don't know how
even a
else to
little
say
bit
it,
of a
is
thing.
She's trying to play smart and stupid at the same time, and
She's
it's
not.
fucking
She's
annoying.
just trying to say, don't talk
She's
about.
playing just the tip with the show.
Yeah.
She's literally being like,
What are
you can put it
talking
there, but
about?
we're not actually
She's
going to
been
have
in
sex.
2 moments. The whole fucking storyline was 1 episode. It was 1 episode, not even a full one, just 1. And everyone stopped talking, right? Because that's what happens when you get a cease and desist. And then it came up in the 3rd part of a 3-part reunion. That's it. Those are the only 2 times. So like, this isn't a storyline.
And then the other time that she came to watch What Happens Live, but then like, no, like you're not allowed to talk about it. Like, oh, you can't pan to her in the audience, or she won't, or she'll stay in the dressing room and not.
Like, there that
just stay away. Like, let
she
Daddy
was
do
in
his
the
job,
audience,
and like
they could have showed her.
Huh?
Was she in the audience?
She probably
I don't
stayed
know.
in his
I think she
dressing
stayed
room.
in his
Exactly.
dressing room.
Why? Because she doesn't want to be on
Right, but
camera.
this is my point that
she's
she's-
allowed to go to a taping
Listen.
and stay in the dressing room.
Right,
That's
but-
what you do when
but
you don't
then
want to be
don't
on
poke the
camera.
bear.
Who's
Just
she
stay home,
poking?
bitch.
She's
Stay at the fucking hotel if you're gonna
There was
stay
a
in a dressing
storyline
room.
that she was hooking up with the Baywatch guy. Okay. We couldn't talk about it because she doesn't want to be talked about on the show. Also, maybe don't date someone in the public eye if you have a problem with all of this. I'm just saying there's too many flares that I can't just say like, oh, okay, I'm not paying attention to this. I'm not paying attention to that. I think she is, like I said it 1,000 times, I think she's trying to play smart and stupid at the same time, and she's playing just the tip with all this shit. Because it's like, talk about me, but don't talk about me. Like, I'm with Jesse,
When
but
did
like,
she
you
say
can't
talk about me?
we're never going to agree. So let's
Yeah,
just
I
move
know.
on.
Just
Oh,
you're
now
gonna
we're
have
going to end this conversation?
No, because
because you don't fucking get it. So like, why do we have to
When
like?
did she say
like,
talk about me?
when you come to a cast event with literally like
And get in a fight.
Sheena's there and Michelle's there, and you're talking to those girls about the shit with like this isn't even a
This-
this
and when
isn't-
you
this-
come
I
to
know.
the last scene of the show and get into a massive fight with one of the main characters,
Yeah.
and you're dating her soon-to-be ex-husband, and now Michelle's lawyer has said don't comment on anything. Clearly, this shit has escalated.
Yeah.
It's escalated to the point that you wanted to go to this cast event and make your voice heard and go in on Michelle. Because if you didn't give a shit, you would have said, Yamashiro sucks. Meet me at Chateau. It's great.
Yeah, no one
You're
even
not
really
going
liked
to
Yamashiro.
Yamashiro.
So
Because
what's
it's-
wrong with her wanting to go in on Michelle?
Don't do it when
Don't
you
come
know
to
it's
my
a
workplace
cast thing.
and do this. And also, the last time that she did send out the cease and desist, was like it wasn't even a taped day. She went to a party and just was talking to the girls and being like apparently pretty candid about like, oh, I apparently said like she's not even really that into Jesse, and then she was telling them that she was dating the Baywatch guy. And then so the people on the cast are talking about it on the show, and then she's sending letters being like, don't talk about me. You were just at a party with us talking. I'm not allowed to talk about what you just talked to me about. Like,
Especially when he says, oh, we're not really together, but we are together.
Yeah.
Now Jesse's giving conflating information as to their relationship. And at the same time, he's calling his ex-wife a whore. Like, and we're not supposed to bring up anything that's going on in his life.
and everyone's going to get a letter, a lawyer letter. Like, I think that what that whole thing was Andy watching this go on a handful of times, and also seeing that Jesse's just really not doing well anymore. He's like not really
Phoning it in.
like worth the squeeze that like we thought he could be. And so he's just like, listen, you have to have a new story next year. It should be a relationship. It should be a real relationship, because your best friend Jax isn't going to be here. I don't know who else you're like really like pals with here. He doesn't really seem like he's too close with anyone else on this cast. So like next year, if you're going to be here, bring it. And we want to see everything, and we need a real relationship, and we're sick of all this bullshit that's coming with who you brought around so far.
With the yes to all of
That's my theory.
Yes, I agree with all of that. And I just want to say, with these Bravo shows, okay, everything is fair game as far as I think Bravo and Andy is concerned. And I'll never forget, there was a season, a reunion for Real Housewives of New York City, and Andy wanted to know about Ramona Singer's relationship because it was the end of her marriage. There were all these rumors out there that her husband at the time, Mario, was having an affair and they were going to split up. And he's like, so what's going on with your relationship, Ramona? And she goes, what's going on with your relationship, Andy? He goes, I'll tell you when I sign my life to a reality TV show. And she was like, I don't want to talk about it. He's like, that's not how this works. And it's like, you can say, like Bethany Frankel, who is very open when she's on these shows, she's dated 2 guys, one specifically who didn't want to be on the show. And the guy was never on. He never even came around the cameras. This guy stayed in Massachusetts or Connecticut, wherever the hell he lived. And Bethany was allowed to do that because Bethany fucking brought it every day. And this guy was never, ever on even close to the set.
Yeah.
The other guy that she dated, that she was actually engaged to, he didn't want to be on the show. But when he came to the set, he was like, okay, you can get a visual of me, whatever, but I'm not really talking. And she barely mentioned him. So it's like everybody knows the rules. It's a toxic environment. Everybody knows what they've signed up for. And I just think that Jesse thinks that for some reason him and his girlfriend are above the rules of Bravo. And I think
he made a story out of it. That's what I think the bigger problem was, is that I think that he liked to perpetuate this ongoing conversation about how, like, we won't say my girlfriend's name, you won't say her name, you won't, like, and then if you do, we'll have issues and I'll talk about it, because he's like asserting this power. I really just think this is so much bigger of an issue, of a Jesse-centric issue. It's not just about someone didn't sign a release and they walked on a set after they thought that it was art. Like, of course you can't show someone's likeness if they don't sign something or whatever, but it's just, I think it was a buildup of all this bullshit. And then for her to come on that last night of filming and to get in that kind of an argument, I bet you they've got a fucking killer scene that they could have used. And they're probably pissed that, like, they couldn't. And it's like, did you get it legally? Maybe not, but like, you got it in every way that you've gotten everyone else. Like, everyone else is here. Everyone is here. All the fucking production crew is here doing a job. And I bet you that there's a lot of it that's just like, the editor cuts the whole thing together. They're all watching and they're like, holy shit. And then it's like, oh, right, we can't use this. So I think
finally
it's just
something
like
good and usable.
Finally something that Jesse has brought that's not a boring ass Michelle argument or a group chat argument.
Wait, and I totally forgot this. So I worked for someone, I brought this up on the show before. Also, I feel bad. I said Yamashiro sucks. I don't know if Yamashiro sucks. I just meant comparatively speaking
it's
to
just
Chateau.
really, really overpriced. You're really paying for the views.
Yes, I'm sure it's a wonderful place. I've never even been. I just meant like Chateau is like this fancy place that's hard to get into. And Yamashiro, you're amazing. I'm sorry. I apologize. But really quickly, I have brought this up before. I used to work for someone many, many moons ago that was offered a role on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And when they were doing all the like chemistry shit to see and seeing how they were going to film, they wanted to obviously film her life. I was a big part of it because I was this person's right hand. And I said, no, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't film. I wouldn't sign the release and I wouldn't film. I had to be out of the house all day. I couldn't be around the filming at all.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Mike, what is
They were like, if she doesn't want to be on, tell her to get out of the house. And this person was like, okay, make yourself scarce and we'll text you when we're done.
What is so bothersome? Like, what part of it about this argument is
no
like,
production would kick anyone out of the house for not signing a release. That's
they made
absolutely
it
ridiculous.
Clearly known that then it would be best if she wasn't in the house.
Both
so I was like, great, I'll
Andy
be out.
and Jesse said after cameras went down. Jesse said she called. He said they were done. She came down. Andy said, I heard there was a big blowout after cameras went down. So the cameras were down. The day was done. They got what they needed. She made sure of that. Jesse said yes. She came. Maybe she came to fucking get in Michelle's face. That's fine. She's loud, right?
She's causing problems.
Jesse said they were done. Andy said, I heard there was a big fight after cameras went down. Jesse also said when she shows up, they fucking chuck a camera and a mic in her face. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think you guys understand.
I do. I don't
that
care.
you can't. Right. It's okay. Perfect. That's it. Then we're good.
Oh, yeah,
You
yeah.
guys-
Then
you
I
get
feel
it.
the
You
exact
just
same
don't
way.
give a fuck.
No, I understand that she signed,
And
she
you
didn't sign
also-
the release. And I just think if you are showing up to this, like,
You're asking for
You're
it.
asking for it.
And then so you're seeking out drama. You love it, and you're going to
pushing and
cause a
you're
big
pushing.
stink. and assert your control and power over people that like don't even want you here besides this one dude who
not touching, can't get mad, not touching, can't get mad.
Yeah.
That's what she did.
Yeah. You know, and they told poor Danny that they were down for the day.
Yeah. You guys should be reality show producers.
They told poor Danny that they were done, and then they still recorded him and told everyone about it and made a whole fucking episode about it that he didn't know about.
Because Danny signed the piece of paper and gets a fucking paycheck.
Right, but the cameras were down, so I just take their word for it. Cameras are down.
And that was okay.
Great point, counsel.
God, you guys are
Okay, so
fucking
now we're
idiots,
at the
dude.
wrap up of all of it, and I have to
Can't
use my
wait
notes
till
just
you watch this back.
I'm gonna love it.
You
I'm gonna
never watch them
lap
back,
it up,
so-
yeah. So I have to look at my notes for this because there were so many like ping ponged things that happened in this wrap up. We start with Jesse and Michelle finally, kind of maybe ish, minorly being able to say something nice about one another.
Michelle did. Jesse
That's
was
what I'm
totally
saying.
backhanded.
Minorly ish,
God,
maybe.
you're so boring, Jesse. You're gonna need to
Something
bring
nice.
that bimbo around because, like, this is you need this. We need that bimbo in our lives. Allegedly, bimbo.
Yeah, allegedly everything. And then Jason chimes in with his wrap up thing being like, well, I wish things went differently. And it's like, you're the reason. You and your spouse are the reason things didn't go differently. Not just today, but all season.
Yeah. Yeah. I hope you watch it all back. And if you still feel so slighted and so bullied by this whole thing, then like you are living on another fucking planet. Someone like when Danny said, what show are you watching? He goes, I watched the show. And he said, you're watching this show as her husband. That's how you're watching this show. And that's like the only, and good for you. I support that. I want every husband to fight till the death for their wife.
But let's do
but
it
like
like
he inserted
Nia.
himself into being like, he's basically it. Like now at this point, like he's Karen's assistant. Like that's what he is.
He has Stockholm syndrome. He's fallen in love with his character.
I don't know if we've talked about this before or if somebody's mentioned it. Or is he a Captain Save-A-Ho and Janet is his hoe?
Yeah, he does have that tendency, just like how he dealt with all Britney stuff. Oh, I'll go get your computer back. Oh, Jax was, I'll run over to the house.
I
And
think
how he's
Jason's
like,
a Captain Save-A-Ho.
yeah,
And
no,
I
he-
think Janet is a
big ol'
big ol'
hoe.
hoe in this sense. But like the way she would always like look up at him all like, oh, and he would grab her hand. And at the end, he was like, they just had that like, I think the way he defends her and like I think he's a Captain Save-A-Ho.
I can get down with that.
yeah, no, big time.
Speaking of hoe, this is when Zach and Janet are, just briefly at the end chatting, and Zach says, look, Janet, if you can take accountability for what you did, I will take accountability for what I did. And I'm not saying we're going to be friends, but like, can we just leave it at that? This is why she is, I can't tolerate her. She's, what's the word?
What, John Ralphio? The worst.
Yeah. I can't do it anymore.
About his own sister.
Yeah, about his own
His
sister.
own sister. She's the worst.
There's a word that I'm thinking of that I can't think of, or can't remember rather, but it's why I can't deal with her, because she couldn't even just say, I can do that.
Yep. No, she's
Because then what is she going to run with next season? She can't rehash this shit all over again if she's just like, you know what, you're right.
You know what's funny is that she's so hard-headed and stupid. Like, becoming friends with Zach again would be the greatest leg up for her next year. Like, it would be such a win, such a, like, it's like a draft pick that, like, you just, like, can't believe you got.
Yeah.
But she, like, and he's been trying to give her that in back with him.
Yes.
Like a handful of times this year, and it doesn't. She cannot see in front of her face like Zach is the key back in.
Yeah, she's biting the hand that's trying to feed him.
Yeah,
Or
because
feed her,
I don't know what it is that she thinks that she is so much better than him. She like cannot even wrap her mind around like what's in her best interest. She's so stupid.
Yeah. I can't tolerate her. I really can't. And then we just end
Not
with,
you.
yeah, we love you, Manny. And then we just end with Jack saying, I hope in time that Britney does start to forgive me and believe that like I'm here for the good of our family and you and Cruz and all this stuff. And oh my God.
We didn't say anything. She sometimes gets embarrassed when she does stuff like that.
It's really cute, though. I hope we got that on the camera.
Look at her hands.
Oh, yeah, you did. You got it on the wide. That's pretty cute. You drunk, Minnie. And then Britney says, basically, I don't know if I believe this, and I guess time will tell. And listen, prepare for the worst, or expect the best, prepare for the worst.
Yeah. No, Britney saw.
But Jack's just expect the worst and prepare for the worst.
But 7-ish hours ago, before she was unloading on this fucking dude, calling his dick like, Britney's such a pussy, dude. Britney is such a fucking wussy. Say it, dude. You don't believe him? You think he's full of shit. You said it 7 hours ago. He hasn't changed. What do we do? You got a little lunch in you, and now you're tie-tie, and you don't want to fucking fight? Like, the fuck, dude?
No, she's
so full of shit.
Joe, she's so full of shit. But like, I can't imagine that Britney is so stupid. She's stupid in that she made the choices that she did, but I don't think she's like stupidly unaware of like what's happening. I think that she always weighed her options and was like sticking with him, I think is better. I think that she truly did love him, but I also think she's no dummy. Like, she fucking got pulled out of wherever the fuck she lived and like has a whole new life now on a television show. That's how it was on Vanderpump. Like, the things that he did to her during Vanderpump were just like, I want to read one thing.
Yeah. I don't think Britney is stupid. I just think that she doesn't want to make a stance. She doesn't want to stand up for herself. I think she's too trusting.
Right now, she's thinking that she doesn't need him anymore. I think that she believes that she's an anchor on this show. And so I think for the first time ever, she's not been she established a new show as an equal counterpart to Jax.
Yeah.
Possibly, that could be one way to look at it. I don't know if they really see her that way, but like I would understood if she believed that because of the way that the dealings went. And so I think that she now knows that like ditching this like brick on her foot is like not going to take her out of like her trajectory can still stay like and to work in entertainment, to have a show, to make money as an influencer, to, whatever. She got her kid, she's got her house. She has a whole life because of this dude. Yeah. But I think that she has come to a point where she realizes he doesn't need to be a part of it anymore for it to be secured in this space. Yeah. So that's why I think that she's decided that she's going to just like not believe him anymore and go do what she wants. Now, I do think that she runs the risk. I think we've talked about this before. I think that if it takes her too long to find a new boyfriend, that's where the window gets more and more open for him to come back. So, but one other thing that I want to say about last week that I don't think I did, when they're asking him if he's still in love with her and he's not answering, and everyone is just assuming that like he doesn't want to admit that he's still in love with her, I don't think he is still in love with her. I don't think he has been in love with her for quite some time. I think that he wishes that things could have worked out because I think that he knows at least there's moments of clarity that he has. I think that he knows that this is the best life for him would be to stay in a partnership with her and raise kids with her and have a home with her and do more projects with her. But I just think that Jax just wants to go find some 20-year-olds and go back and do what Jax does. Yeah. And so, sorry to be the bearer of bad conspiracies, but I don't think, my theory is he's not in love with her.
I also do think when everyone's telling you something about this person, but you still are in the dick sand, you still have goggles on. I do think it took her a very, very, very long time to get there, but she's there now because in one of the last episodes, she's like, you're disgusting. Yeah. You're greasy. You're sweaty. You're like,
which we were both like, we would have, if we ever said that about someone, it was like never somebody that we went back and hooked up with again later. Like that would be like a first date that you went on and then you're like, oh God, how can I get out of this dinner? Like you would never go back to that person that you were talking that disgustingly about. Yeah, totally.
What did you want to read?
Okay. So, because I just like going through Vanderpump and I came across their engagement party. Her family flies in and they know now that he has cheated on her at least 2 times at this point. And she's had to tell her parents, and they've had to be like, okay, well, so you're staying. Okay, well, we support you and whatever. So now they're getting engaged. This is like after the Faith thing. Like when he did it with Faith and what transpired after that, at some point during that season, she ended up moving out for like a couple months. So I think she went and stayed at a hotel or stayed, I don't know where else she stayed, but she did separate from him and move out. It was when his dad passed away that she entered back into his life and like took care of everything and like would call and make all the arrangements and whatever. And like he would say like, that is when, I knew like this is supposed to be my person. Like, I don't think that they were like really doing anything until that happened.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that changed everything. And I know
it's very sweet that she did that.
Totally. And I also, it is the one thing that Jax talks about in a language that I totally understand. And I know it's maybe the most honest moments of Jax's life when he talks about that things will never be the same. And because I forgot that Lala had lost her dad, Ariana had lost her dad. And these 3 characters like come together at some point in those seasons and are like in this club together because of like the Dead Dad Club or whatever, because it is something that I've talked about a million times. Like you'll never know how drastic it is until it happens. And so anyway, so that aside, her parents are there and her dad is looking for just anything to latch onto because her dad is clearly there and has brought like the brothers and cousins, like they're all there. They're here to go to the party to support. We love her so much. We're going to respect her decisions. He's just looking for anything. The brother says they're at a dinner. The dad's sitting across from him. The brother's sitting right next to him. I think it's her brother. And she says, I want you to love and cherish her the way that my family loves and cherishes her. His response, can she love and cherish me? And then he goes on, it cuts to an interview and he's like, I don't know where these people are from. I don't know what era they're from. They must be living back in the old times, but like, I'm going to get, I need some stuff too, like this is after he humiliated like twice. And the dad is here staying at their house and like, God, like what, like you would have to like, that's a bigger person that I don't even know. I don't think my dad could have done that. I don't think either of my dads could have done that. Like it would have been a shit show. They probably wouldn't have
Jax would have had no teeth.
Yeah.
It was certainly with your dad's.
Yeah. Might have been the first time that my dad and my stepdad were actually like winning.
Yeah.
We're like power team.
Good game. Good game.
And then he says to her dad, he's looking at both of them, looking back at the brother and the dad. What about making me happy? You also have to take care of your husband. I love Britney more than anything, but I got to take care of this guy here first. I'm always going to be number 1. And the dad was just, the scene ends after that. They're just fucking dumbfounded, just sitting there like.
When someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time.
Like, can you imagine saying that to other podcasts?
Don't put this in. But you said that to me when we first started dating.
I'm a girl. I need to be taken care of and be the first priority. No?
I don't disagree. I'm just saying you said the exact same thing.
I also implore anyone to go watch that scene. It's the last few minutes of season 7, episode 20. And then I think the next one is the engagement party. And he's dancing with, her dad is dancing with Stassi. And I think he knows that Stassi is an ex. And so he's just kind of, she's like, how you doing? And he's like, oh, I'm doing what I can, and she's,
I'm doing.
Yeah. And he kind of says something to her, and Stassi, being just like a grown up and a friend of Britney, just kind of makes a joke off of what he said. Like, you sound like my dad. And then she's like, we just have to trust that, like, that this is what Britney wants. We just have to trust her and like know that she knows what's best and that she's going to do what's best for herself or something like that. And he goes, I just wish that Jax would do what's best for her or something like, and that was the end of it. But like, this dude has been this dude forever from day one. And so her getting out of it now after everything, just something about it just says like, you finally feel like you can stand on your own for, in ways you couldn't before. Okay, here's the part where we go back and look through everything I forgot to say when Courtney was talking about it. So Jax doesn't watch the show. Like, do we believe that Jax, like, it seemed pretty believable?
I shockingly believed it.
Yeah, but like, what? Like, would we have ever in a million
No.
years
Gun
thought
to
that
my
Jax
head.
wasn't like,
I would have been
Well-
like, of course he does.
But where did that happen? When they revealed it, did it happen on?
on the
Frank-
show?
On the show.
Because Brittany's in the kitchen. She's on
Oh,
the
yeah,
phone with
right,
someone,
right,
and she's
right.
like, "Oh my God, he just DM'd me from this account."
You know when you've done something really terrible, like spilt red nail polish on someone's white couch, or like whatever it is, you know what I mean? Scratch someone's car. Like you will sooner, if the entire house was on fire and the only exit path was through the garage, you're like, well, I guess I have to burn in here because you don't want to walk past this terrible thing that you did.
Yeah.
I feel like Jax, his behavior is always so bad on the show. Maybe subconsciously he doesn't want to relive it. Like that's how he gets to live in his own delusion.
See, I could definitely, like, that makes perfect sense. I wouldn't watch it. I wouldn't watch it even if I thought I had a good show. Like, I that's just not a healthy thing for me to do. But for her or for him to not watch it, like, he seems so, like, kind of always like strategizing, you know? So you'd think he'd want to watch it just to see what other people were doing and how he could, like,
I think he's one of those dudes that thinks it's probably cooler if he's that guy that doesn't watch. Oh no, I don't watch myself. That guy, you know, like, oh, I've never seen that movie or
Yeah.
I've never seen that show. Really? Because the entire fucking world has seen that show. You're the one fucking idiot who hasn't seen that.
Yeah.
You know, I think he thinks that's more. He thinks that's cooler.
yeah.
That's what I'm guessing. Is that he just like, because that's like. Also, when I was referred, like his little smirks that he does, like sometimes Jax cracks me up and I'm like, there's a sliver, there's a little tiny toenail of you that's a good time, like, and pretty funny and kind of probably knows that this is all fucking fake and you're kind of just a dipshit. And it's the Frank Drebin fucking smirks when he's like, whatever, you know, when he kind of realizes like, there's nowhere else I can go with this, so I'm gonna laugh it off and be like, yeah, fucking, I got a burner account, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I fucking get on there and tell people that Jax is amazing. Like that realization cracks me up and makes me, just like I said, just have like a little bit of like, oh, you have a pinky toe of funny in you,
Yeah.
you know, or of normal.
Oh, totally. I think that's what got him Stassi and Britney and,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
But I do think him not watching is just him
Wild.
trying to be cool, you know, just
Yeah.
him is not. He probably does watch and then doesn't say and
See,
says he
that's
doesn't.
what
you
I
know?
think, that he does watch and then doesn't fucking tell anybody that he watches. Just Jax has no self-control. This would be the one time that we ever saw him control himself.
But wait, do you think he's smart enough to, in real time, be like, wait, what are you talking about? The Frank Drebin stuff?
I don't see. That's I
See,
don't.
You'd have to be really intelligent, and I don't know Jax at
Wait.
that.
Yeah.
You
At
have
the
to be
level.
Especially because
intelligent
not
for
even just
what?
about intelligence; it's about his reactions.
Because he's
are-
got to keep all the plates, the balls.
No, totally. But
plate's
also
spinning.
on top of that, he's the most reactionary person on this
Yeah.
show. So for him to have a perfect reaction like
No,
that,
that's what I
You
mean,
would
like,
think
to
it would
know-
be. Yeah.
Yes,
No,
I
I'm
agree
with you on that,
completely.
yeah.
But you think his Frank Drebin, you think that was a perfect reaction? Him, this? What?
Listen,
What?
Jax does a bunch of
Oh,
shit,
wait, what?
and I can see
That was Jax's audition tape.
What there was,
Shitty.
there's, like I said, there's just like, it can be the most subtle thing that someone does that you're like, no, I think that was real. Like, I can't tell you what it was in
Yeah.
that look, but like there was a look of, there was just a millisecond of something that felt authentic.
Yeah.
And Jax is so inauthentic that like it's hard for
But
me to ever
authentic,
think he's
how-
authentic.
Like, what do you
So-
mean authentic? Like he
Like,
was
authentically,
surprised
like-
that they found out he had a burner
even
account?
if it was just like the way his face moved or
But
the
she
way
already
that like
told him that he he already knew that the jig was up with the burner account. Like Britney already,
Oh,
it
she
already been
did?
a thing. I'm pretty sure it was already a thing.
But he didn't, allegedly, he didn't know that it was on film and they all knew it and Andy knew it. And
Right, but are you
Allegedly.
okay? You don't think Britney talked shit about that to Jax instantly?
See, I would have that's
and
true
they didn't
too. Like
giggle
I
about
really
it,
fucking
and
don't
she
know.
didn't be like,
Because
you just DM'd me from your burner account, you stupid motherfucker. I
Yeah.
knew that was you. Oh, you're so that happened. That 100%.
No, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying he didn't know that it was
like an episode
on-
about it. Maybe
yeah.
like maybe
that-
that was it. that there'd been like a it was
a scene
featured.
about it on the show. It was
featured.
featured on the show.
Everyone's laughing. They're all talking about it. Okay. Next thing is I loved at the end when Andy was talking about the resolve and like, how are you guys now? Is there anywhere to go from here? Why don't you start by unblocking each other? And then Janet's like, oh, I already unblocked him. He blocked me. And he's like, oh, right. After she unblocked me, I blocked. And then Jason goes, does anyone care that I have everyone blocked?
Nope.
And Zach literally goes, I didn't even know that. Like, and so I just wanted to tell Jason that like blocking is like most effective when like people notice that like if you're not even relevant enough to know like that anyone knows that you blocked them. Like,
but also Zach knew.
Do you think?
Yes.
Oh, okay. This is like just a random thought. Like I haven't heard that they're doing this, but it would be really funny to me if like. Because like it seems like Sheena's getting the most like media attention about being kind of like a shoe-in that her and Brock are going to be on the show. And what I think would be hilarious is if Sheena and Brock were actually there to replace Janet and Jason, because like they're basically the same. Like they would serve the same purpose in a way.
Totally.
Just a random. No one has said that, but I think that would be. Another gift from the little 8 pounds, 6 ounce baby Jesus.
Do you remember like in the late 80s, early 90s, like all of a sudden they would just replace a TV character and we never talked about it? Like, wait, why is that a different mom? Oh, whatever.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what they could do with Brock and Sheena and Jason and Janet. Just swap them out.
Yeah, swap them out. And for so many people that are so like, just like cannot stand Sheena, if it was posed to you as right, but you're not going to have to deal with Jason and Janet anymore. Okay, I could do that. I would rather have Sheena and Brock any day times 1,000 over those two schmoes. I never ended up doing this, but I wanted to make a list of replacement friends for Zach and pitch them. Like it just seems like Zach just deserves such better friends here. Except Kristen's a banger of a friend. Yeah, this is great, but like. Every time that like I see Zach trying to like argue his point or say, why didn't you stick up for me? Or why are you listening to her? Or still fighting with Janet, who I think I wrote this when it was the thing where Janet wouldn't even say that she could take a single piece of accountability to like, that's our negotiation. Like, Zach, you could just do so much better than these people. And I also I'm still so on board. Like you could replace 80, 70, whatever percent of this cast with the old Vanderpump crew. And I would like, go watch the first 2 seasons and now you will be on my team about this. You will welcome them back. You will see.
I also like that Andy gave Zach his flowers where he's like, you did such a great job at the engagement with the engagement stuff. Like you could be a wedding planner. I just thought that was very sweet because Zach really does, like him or hate him.
Yeah.
I love you, Zach. He does go so out of his way to like throw the party, be the best friend to pick you up at the airport, do all that stuff. And I just think that's an amazing quality in someone.
It is. It totally is. And
he's good at it.
Yes.
Wait, who did he pick up from the airport?
I don't know. I was just using that
Zach,
as an example.
He picked up Benji.
Oh, he picked up Benji, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like he picked up one more person too. I know
No,
that
he got picked up.
I know that Jasmine picked him up, but I thought that he picked someone up too. Maybe
But
he's
just that guy.
No, he would pick
solid.
up Kristen from Vegas if she called with a flag.
Yeah.
Okay, the last thing is closing out a wonderful season of Party of Schwartz. In one final push for the addition of Tom Schwartz on season 3, we have 6 new people that want to put their stamp onto Tom. I really think we should have had some more. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't think I did a very good job campaigning for Schwartz
last week.
We did what we could. With some more preparation could have been involved, some more planning, some more, cutting reels together. Like I could have tried to be a Coca-Cola for 1 week and put together Tom Schwartz's greatest moments. I didn't. I've just been hoping that I could go through all of Coca's archives and maybe she did one for Tom Schwartz at some point. I don't think she did.
I feel like we're in the last hour of like a 24-hour telethon for Tom Schwartz to get him on this show. And it's like the flying Walindas are like limping off the stage. One of your false eyelashes is now on your cheek. Mike is licking the inside of a Meteor bottle.
I used to work on the Jerry Lewis telethon.
And I'm the campaign manager who just like should have done more. Like really, I don't feel like I left it all on the field. You know,
I'm just repeating the same cue card over and over again. Get a new copy. Yeah. People are never going to sign up with that old stuff. She said it in hour 12. Anyway.
Exactly. But
you did good, kid.
You know, I did what I could, and we're trying to figure out what we can do for all these people that have joined. We're trying to get creative on a shoestring budget. But anyhow.
You have a budget? I'm just kidding.
Well, we might have $50 for a cameo. See if we can get Tom on the line.
Oh, God.
Without further ado, babies, we have Hope. And Gloria Garibay, Negative Props, Unicreate, Black Girl Commentary, which we had some back and forth. I'm not even sure how solid she is about this team, but she trusts us.
She's in.
She said, let's do it.
We won't let you down.
We're going to try really hard to let you down.
Listen, we're probably
Tom.
going to.
Odsky, Kathleen Purcell, Vicky Weatherby, and Heather Pike. Which we were talking about last week.
Heather, welcome.
Is she
to
coming
the
or what?
party.
And she's here. So that's the party.
That's huge.
And the page is full now. So in a way, I think we did the absolute. Well, maybe not the best we could, but we did a lot.
We did a lot. Spearheaded by our fearless leader.
So bravo. I'm going to send you this reservation card and let you know there's a lot of people out here.
It's a petition.
It's a petition.
We have a petition signed.
Yeah, we have a petition. Bring Schwartz back to television on a show that desperately needs him.
Yeah.
And everyone wins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we won because we did it and we're all still alive.
Yeah.
Till next season, Valley.
Oh, and we can't do comments tonight because it's fucking 3 a.m.
And I have to catch a flight that was canceled.
Yeah, Courtney has to go rebook a flight. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to keep shoving off comments, but like
Listen, it's not you, but it is late. And we'll get back to comments. This is just the worst week of AGT because it's where we load everything in and have to get everything ready. But then next week we'll start doing shows and it gets real easy. It doesn't, but it gets into a proper schedule.
Yeah.
So we'll be able to. We're shifting our filming days, but we'll go back to doing comments
next week. Or the week after. Soon.
Something.
Soon.
Listen, we are going to need you to keep tabs on Tom Sandoval because there's been some chatter about that he's not really interested in coming back to TV right now because he's really focusing on his music career. And I just think he could do both. I do.
I don't need Sandoval. Just give me
He's
Schwartz.
doing both on Tuesday.
Oh, because he's on TV because of the show. Or because of...
Yeah, I got that one. I just didn't laugh out loud or inside. Okay, love you. Bye. Like and subscribe. Follow us on Patreon.
Yeah. Oh, you know what else would be helpful? Not that you owe us anything. So quick story, and then it's over. So last time during the World Series, I don't know if most of you remember the Ice Cube performed. Well, I put his performance on our TikTok, which is everything else is reality TV stuff, just like this. And it got like 1 million views and like 2,000 subscribers who
are our audience.
Are our audience. Yeah. And like apparently the worst thing for any account is if your own subscribers aren't watching your content, it doesn't push it out because it's like these people don't even like what you're doing. But it's because we have a bunch of dudes, a lot of them from Mexico, and all subscribing to a channel that they didn't realize what they were getting themselves into.
This is not what they signed up for.
And so like we don't put a ton of work into the socials because like it's so like it doesn't go anywhere. There's never like no one sees it. So if you're on TikTok and you want to follow Nowtify Studios, there is content for you guys there. And
Instagram.
And Instagram too, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, the talk is my favorite spot, and it's a real bummer that like you put stuff out and it's like it just caps out at 100 views because it's like no, people are literally unsubscribing. Every time I post a video, people are unsubscribing because they're like, "What is this?"
You set us up for failure. We're not Ice-T. I mean Ice Cube.
But it was such a great performance, and if anyone doesn't agree with that, then like, they don't know.
Then
yeah,
you can unfollow. Just kidding. No one unfollow. Perfect. You send us to a friend.
I know, seriously. Okay, that really, truly is it. Okay.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah, all those things. Love you. Bye.
Bye.